Oh shit! Hello, shit.
Are we on the air?
Yo, put on your blush. Put on your good t-shirt, SaVon. We rolling.
Okay,
Did you tell me to put on the blush?
Nah, because you was just applying
No,
blush.
I'm impressed.
Okay, thank you. Now I know what's going on for real. I try to keep up with the women's. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm Alex. This is the Need to Know podcast. What you need to know, when you need to know, the Need to Know podcast. As always, we are with who? SaVon, what's up, man?
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm well. And who's with us?
We with the blushful. Can I say blushful? Can I say that? Is that like is that endearing? No.
That's kind of fucking weird.
That's weird.
the blushful?
Wait, the gang. You heard now? We with Regi.
Oh
What's
my
going
goodness.
on, Regi? How you doing?
Hello guys, I'm so happy to be here. It's a little chilly today, but I like it.
It is. It is a little chilly. Real quick.
My apologies. You see my nips.
Oh my god.
If they on YouTube.
I wasn't expecting the
I'm in
nips.
just like a giggly mood now because before we started recording, these guys were making me LOL.
Oh yeah, we was
Like they were just saying jokes back to back, and now I just keep laughing mad loud.
So our lives are just jokes, huh? We was in here talking about our life.
We was giving it up. Like we was talking about our problems. Like it's treacherous in these streets.
Yeah, and I was just like laughing at them.
Yeah, it's pretty bad out here.
And happy. Laughing and happy.
I will say, while you mentioned blush, no, legit. This
I love
past
these
week,
transitions.
like this past week or two, for me, I've realized like the hat is the makeup for men.
No, okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm not gonna
like
stop.
that's my vibe
No,
now.
I'm with you. So
Tattoos.
every time I come here to record, I have to do mad shit, especially because I come from work now. You know, I have to touch up my makeup, do everything, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, what do men have to do?
Keep their mouth stinking good.
But women gotta
so
do that
we
too.
Yeah.
You
What
ran
do you
into a
guys
woman
do?
with some bad breath, bro. Like
No, I was testing you. I'm glad you fought back. You right.
What do you guys have to do? Do you just show up looking beautiful?
that's all I do every day.
It's a clean.
No, really. Like
I'm serious.
Yeah, no, I know it. But I know you're
All
right.
right, let me
like,
tell you what I make sure I do for. You want to know how I prep?
you just have to shower in the morning, and
It's
then that's
more
it.
than that because you be having a day.
Oh, and he actually has a beard.
Yeah, I make sure that.
Wait.
What
Whoa.
What happened?
She said he actually. She looked hard to her left.
No, she
She
didn't.
didn't
I
even look
did
at you when she
not.
said that.
She didn't mean that.
He actually has a beard.
Okay, that's not what
So
I
what
said.
I got?
I'm uncomfortable. Let's move
No,
on.
what I got?
Nah, you know how they got 5 o'clock show? You at least about 8:30.
I'm at 8:30 right now.
Okay, but you know how Alex has to like shampoo his beard? Do you have to shampoo your beard?
He do.
I don't.
Exactly. That's all I meant. That's all I
definitely
meant.
don't.
All right, let me tell you what I do for how I get ready for podcast. Gotta make sure the beard is plump.
Okay.
And
Moisturized?
Moisturized for sure. And you gotta make sure the lips is moisturized. So for men, it's moisturization. You know what I'm
But
saying?
that's like two things.
Women do that too.
Yes, but that's all we got.
All I gotta do is iron. I just gotta make sure my shirt is pressed.
You still iron?
Yeah.
No, it's
don't?
2023. We steam our shirts, SaVon. Please.
You
You get the ironing board like. And
you gonna get the hot water? You put it in the iron?
I can picture SaVon ironing,
I
like
iron.
alone in his apartment, like
Y'all that ass don't.
like a
Can you
true
be-
American.
Can you be
true
irresponsible
American
for
is
2
crazy.
seconds of your life?
No, bro. Like I don't want to walk out. Like I'm a representation of us.
That's
when I
if you
leave.
pay attention, y'all. The new clothes we be wearing, it
It doesn't really get wrinkled like that.
Yeah, I'm
they
trying to
don't
tell
get
you.
wrinkled. The better material.
It don't
doesn't
wrinkle
Yeah,
wrinkle.
like the
itself.
thicker shirts. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we know
Nah, but
what's
I
going
iron because I want to look. That's my preparation.
Okay.
Iron and a hat. I need my hat. Bro.
What about tattoos,
I'm
though?
not like I promise you, I'm never walking outside the crib without a hat.
That's
like the
not
only
true.
time you're gonna see me without a hat is
Like at like a formal event.
no. I'm still wearing the fitted at your wedding.
No, you're
How?
not.
But some places you
swear
can't
to
do
you,
that.
I'm pulling up in my Yankee cap.
No, you're
That's
not. That's some New York shit, though. That's some New York
my
shit,
regular
though.
like hats. I wear like dad hats.
Yeah.
I've recently introduced the bucket hat into my life.
Salute to the
But when I go
buckets.
to like
Salute to the
legit,
buckets.
if I
Salute
go
to
to
the
like a wedding or a funeral or like
But
my
what if that's
sister's
not
prom.
allowed?
No, well, this is the transitions of life, right? The evolution of life. The fitted now is formal for niggas that wear hats.
Settle.
Is it?
It's
No,
like a
it's
fedora.
not.
No, bro.
No, it's not.
If I pull up to your wedding in
Yeah.
a Yankee fitted, you're not gonna look at me weird.
I'm absolutely
I
gonna be
will.
like, yo, you good?
Why would you do that?
All right, let me think about that.
If
I
I,
don't
wore
know.
the dad hat, because the dad hat is like what I normally
casual,
wear.
yeah.
Like it's casual. It's like, oh, he's giving
fitted
dad
is not
vibe.
formal. It's not.
Yeah, but like, what's your shit? Like, your shit gator skin? Like, it can't just be no regular fitted to the wedding. It
Just a
gotta be.
regular fitted.
Nah, it gotta be like that, tree oak or something. Just gotta
But that's my makeup.
Fitted is not formal, but if we're talking about like literally like talking about like my wedding or something, my boyfriend John, he does not like when we go somewhere and there's a dress code. He doesn't
neither.
like be like, why are you telling me how to dress? So that is how I would approach it. If you came to my wedding with a fit, I'll be like, okay, I'm not gonna tell him to take his hat off. But it's not formal. It's not.
I'm gonna embarrass myself, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Yes, I love this.
At what age
Yeah.
can I start wearing fedoras?
You're not gonna start wearing fedoras. I'll stop talking to you.
No, seriously, think about it. Just think about it. Give me a real answer. I'm getting up there in age.
You know what?
I'm approaching my 30s.
I feel like any age, because I feel like that would be the cutest thing ever.
Like, when can I wear fedoras, bro? I've been going to Brooklyn Chop House more.
I feel like you'll look adorable.
I'm in that fucking say less with the baddies. Like, bro,
oh my goodness gracious.
I can't keep wearing dad hats everywhere I go. Like, sometimes I want to get dressed up for a date. And I can't wear a fitted on a date.
Imagine having a date with SaVon and he pulls up with a fedora, with a beige fedora.
She's not even gonna take him serious.
That would be crazy.
She's not even gonna take him serious. She's gonna walk right out. Matter of fact, she's gonna pay for food. She's gonna order food that he paid for.
I got this.
I would start with the black fedora though. I won't start with beige.
I won't allow you to do it.
But what age? Think like I really want to answer before we end the podcast.
29.
Just legit. When?
29.
That's today.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Today. I need maturation. You get what I'm saying? Like there has to be a maturity
so
process.
Cute.
I want to know when I could like wear an actual fedora.
You trying to turn it like Future?
I don't know. I just
Future
feel like
had a little fedora era.
So if you don't,
what's a fedora?
Them joints that look like top hats.
See, you're wilding now.
No, Future is the big hat.
That's not the top hat?
It's not a top hat.
I thought it was a top hat.
Bro, I'm not a magician.
Doesn't Neo wear fedoras?
Everybody does.
Everybody does not wear fedoras.
It's giving Neo.
Everybody wears fedoras.
I feel
No
like
one wears fedoras.
Everybody that wears fedoras be overly horny. You want to be one of them niggas?
I see what you're saying.
Do you really want to be one of them cats? Because now you come off as the guy that's, I'm more refined and matured.
Yeah.
I've been through my maturation, but I'm a hoe. So
that's what fedora gives?
Yeah, the fitted give you the, he a good guy, that.
You don't wear dad hats.
No, I don't wear dads. Cause actually,
he has worn dad hats.
When
before.
Bryson Tiller and them niggas was singing that shit, I had that shit in college.
But I haven't seen a dad hat on you in a while.
Bryson
we
Tiller
definitely have filmed episodes and he's had the dad hat. Yeah.
You don't wear your hats to the front.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's why I know he doesn't wear dad
hats. The
hats.
fitted to the back show you that
he never think about Alex, right? You've never seen the snap. You know how you have the snap on the back? He doesn't wear anything with a snapback.
Nah,
everything is like
everything got to be fitted. Don't let that go over your head.
I remember a fit of yours. You had a dad hat and like a jean jacket.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Listen, when Bryson Tiller was singing all them good songs, I was rocking. I can't front. He had me.
Okay.
But yeah, stay away from fedoras. They scream toxic.
I'm gonna bring that.
I feel like you should do it because it'll just be silly.
I'm gonna wear a fedora to our mixer.
Oh my god.
No cap. Wait, I'm gonna bring an outfit change to the mixer. Are y'all?
Why are you so dramatic?
Why?
Why not?
You're the Madonna of the podcast, for real.
That seems like something I would do, and even I'm not gonna do that.
But we should.
Why?
No, I got us a green room.
Okay, but like, why?
I negotiated a green room for our party.
Okay, it depends on your reasoning, because if your reasoning is that everyone's gonna be sweaty at our mixer, then I agree.
Well,
because everyone's gonna be sweating.
We got 2 DJs, right? So there's gonna be a first window fit and a last window fit.
No.
So I gotta switch it up. And then we're gonna be taking pictures. We got a photo booth. So people gonna want to take pictures with us. Like I want to give them different looks.
Listen, if you are looking for something to do on August 19th that does not pertain to partying with the fedora on, please show up to our podcast mixer. This is going to actually be an annual thing. This is the second year we're doing it. If you missed last year's, I am so sorry to you. You could probably catch some clips on Instagram about how we get down. Or you go grab you a ticket right now. Don't be left out the mix.
And at the time of this recording, it is the early bird tickets too. So it's at a discount.
Yeah.
I know a lot of y'all niggas talking about, oh man, please let me in. I want to get in. I want to hang out with my friends. If you really want to support, if you really want to show. Nah, people be hitting me like, yo, bro, like just slide me in. I'm like, bro, I don't know you.
A fedora could be little or big.
And I'm going to bring them both out.
I looked up pictures, but it could have the short bring or the long brim. I support this because
I can switch it up.
Just do it.
The longer the brim.
You could go cowboy or you could go Neo.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the Neo.
You know what they say? The longer the brim, the hornier you are.
So then I'm gonna wear the big body.
All right, but we knew that.
No, but yeah, come fuck with us. August 19th, the Need to Know podcast mixer is back. I know a lot of people are flying in. They're making it a whole weekend. They're making it a thing.
Salute to
we
y'all.
No,
wanna
he's
see y'all
like
there.
actually dead ass though.
Yeah,
we're not even trying to just sell this. We're like dead ass.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really good time. I spoke to a lot of y'all favorite podcasters. A lot of your favorite podcasters might be in the building as well to show love, to support. Y'all know the reach is real.
Shit.
And
A little teaser for y'all.
y'all know. Now y'all know.
Yeah.
My biggest fear in life are athletes.
No, you said it was a snake crawling up your butthole.
Yo, Regi, every week it changed for him. Reggie.
I wish I said that with a fucking straight face. Fuck.
Regi.
No, but I want to say actually, no. Your biggest fear is a snake coming out of the toilet, crawling up and tickling your nuts.
No, that's
his biggest fear is a 6'5" linebacker coming out the toilet with a snake, biting on his ass.
Yeah, like
that is
my fear is the range
in the
is
middle
long.
of the ocean, in the submarine.
It's a lot happening, but
Yeah.
there might be some prominent people in the building. I'll just
never
leave
know.
it there. I'll just leave it there. So
Hey.
yeah, August 19th again. Save the date. This is not a drill.
And not
We
for
are back.
nothing. Not for nothing. I'm gonna say this one more time. We're gonna have to bring this hashtag back because.
Oh yes, I love it. Ready?
Y'all trying
Say
to
it,
show
say it,
up.
Alex. Say
They
it.
trying
Alex.
to listen. Baddies, listen to Need to Know podcast. If you
We
were
have the
looking
proof.
Yeah.
for prospects, Mel, maybe your last girlfriend just didn't see the good in you.
Yeah.
Pop on out to the mixer.
Men and women.
I don't know
Yes.
how we got so blessed with such a beautiful audience.
Because God is good.
I'll say that.
Because
All
God
the
is
time.
We got blessed because I've been
is
to a
good.
lot of podcast shows and events.
And everyone's ugly?
And Reggie, the crowd really ain't in. Like,
Reggie.
honestly, right?
I'm sorry. I was just joking. I was just joking.
I was on tour. Alex been on the tour too.
Yeah.
And so I got to see the audience. Like I've seen audiences in real life.
Yeah.
And there's normally like one or two baddies in the crowd. I'm like, oh shit.
I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna
with
stay
y'all.
away from her.
Coming in. Well, for the day one listeners, y'all know I didn't really want to do a podcast until this nigga came up to me and was like, part of the reason was because I was talking to SaVon like, yo, but are there any bad bitches in there? Like that was one of the things that had my like, yo, is that cool? Listen, I will say this after years of seeing what's going on in the podcast community, there are baddies that listen to
Yes.
podcasts. There's
Yes.
a lot of baddies
That, like, love
that-
podcasts.
absolutely.
This
That is a fact.
podcast in particular, though.
for sure. We love you.
I think it's because of Alex.
No. That's the
I
collection.
agree.
No,
No.
listen. Just listen to the
I agree.
science. I'm dead ass, bro. I really think it's because of you.
Your science be wrong.
But my science is honestly, I did really good in science in school. Like, I
Can't
could've-
relate.
legit. My science, I think it's you. I think whatever marketing that we put behind you as a collective, it's working.
So you want to hold me out.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
And look at y'all crazy. So, yeah, of course.
Definitely gonna pimp you out. Actually, go over to our Patreon and shoot your shot at Alex.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're doing For the Love of A. He doesn't know this. This is an announcement in real time for everybody. I am putting together a segment each and every week over on Patreon where you can offer yourself.
Yo, listen.
Offer your services
Let
to
it loose.
Alex.
No, I don't need no services. Okay, I don't need no more services.
Nah,
okay,
for real,
I have
bro.
a phone service. I have a lot of services. I don't need no more.
But let's flush this out in real time. Let's have like a brainstorm session as a podcast, right? For the Love of A, do you like the title? Is that where we want to go?
For the love of A, yeah, man. You know, I could get to know some friends.
Some friends?
Some friends.
Okay.
You get to know
'Cause you
some
give
Okay,
love to
media
you.
training, Alex.
Yeah,
You
hello.
give,
see
love
Robert?
to your friends too.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Everybody
all right.
deserves love.
Nah, but on a real note, we're not doing that. Let's scrap that idea.
But what we are doing are the voicemails, which has been going very well on Patreon.
That's a fact.
Facts. So head over to Patreon again. Everything's in the link. In the description below. You can find all the links for the mixer, for the Patreon. Please, we want to continue to build the community and thank y'all for rocking with us as you always have done.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
let's get to the shits.
Yeah, man. Let's get right to it, man. It's tough when the rat be cooking like ratatouille.
That is a wild trend.
What?
Yo, where do you make this shit up?
It'd be tough.
But where?
It'd be
Do you guys know what Ratatouille is? Not just a movie, but do you know what the dish is?
It's a collection of vegetables.
Yes,
It's a
like,
vegetable
what the
medley.
fuck?
It's a vegetable
It
medley.
doesn't deserve that cool of a name, but anyway. Yes, keep going.
Yeah, like the first time I did see Ratatouille as a kid, I was kind of confused.
It's like a bunch of, it's like sliced squash.
Yeah. Oh, so you know squash and eggplant and all that shit?
Yes.
Squash is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I like
Oh,
squash.
really?
I like squash.
You do?
I do.
You one of them
Aw,
niggas that
that's
just
cute.
like shit that you gotta add flavor to.
Zucchini.
Right? You gotta add flavor.
Zucchini is good.
Zucchini's
too.
good.
Zucchini's good. Squash
Like grilled
is good.
zucchini.
Is it good or good for you? We can be honest. It's
It's
need to know
both.
good.
It's
podcast.
both.
It depends how you splice it.
Is it good or good for you? This is a need to know
It's
podcast.
both.
You can be honest.
It's both.
You ever had like Brussels sprouts and then you had the nigga version where they put the brown sugar on it?
Oh my gosh, like the roasted.
That's what it's like. You could finesse veggies and make that shit good.
I like zucchini.
Yeah, zucchini's cool. I don't care for eggplant.
Okay.
Have
That's
you
like
ever
eggplant?
had baba ganoush?
oh, y'all just try everything in here. Y'all just very
It's like a Mediterranean dip made of eggplant.
well traveled. Well,
The more you need to know.
the more you need to know. Absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie. Just because of the eggplant emoji, I won't eat eggplant.
Ugh.
Like
Fragile
eggplant,
masculinity.
like I just can't, cause I know what that thing look like. It's like, whoa,
SaVon.
that shit shouldn't go in my mouth.
SaVon, I want you to think for yourself, man.
I am. That's my thought. Original thought.
That's an original thought?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad that you're thinking for yourself. And I'm also glad that some people that, decided to listen to the new Gunna album decided to think for themselves, because I know for the last few months, It's been a lot of rhetoric online about if they should listen to it, who they should support. You know, there's some people are fans of Young Thug. So I intro this, joking about Ratatouille, but I do want to say it is kind of tough, man, when the people you go against know how to do things that they do really well. Did y'all get a second to catch out Gunna's album this last week? It's a few days since we recorded.
I did. I listened to it.
You did.
I listened to it. And honestly, it's because I would have listened to it regardless of his circumstance.
Right.
So it wasn't like I went out of my way to listen to it because I'm invested in like the case or I thought he said something.
No biggie.
Like every album that he's dropped, I've put it on shuffle like I do every new album.
The Gunna music is gonna sound good.
It is.
That's really why I listened.
And if I'm being honest, like, nigga, I'm not in the streets.
Okay, finally we could say that,
I'm
right?
not in the streets,
well,
bro.
I'm speaking for myself. Yeah. I'm just a girl, okay? I don't know what's going on. I just want to listen to Nasty Girl by Gunna on repeat. I'm sorry. I can't.
And I'm glad you had that perspective. I'm mad at the street niggas.
Cause they be listening too?
No.
Right? Oh.
Well, they do and they won't tell you. Okay. I'm mad at the street niggas because what did y'all think? Gunna has always been a swag rapper. Let's be honest. Mm-hmm. Rap about a few Birkins.
Yeah.
Rap about private dinners with your girlfriend. Not your girlfriend. He's always been the very much like bad women like the music and people and niggas and dudes that's getting to it like the flow. So don't get me wrong though, right? I do understand the perspective.
Were you conflicted? Because I know you live by a real strong code. Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
that's why people were mad. Like, okay, don't rap about being a thug when you're really,
I wasn't
a swag rapper.
But see, I'm not mad at niggas lying in their raps.
Okay,
but no, I'm mad. You know what I'm mad over?
Okay, yeah.
I'm
not
mad
either.
that we have the video of you omitting.
Oh yeah.
Like, yes, this is a gang organization.
Yeah, and then he said, "Oh, don't." In the rap, I don't know the exact rap, but he's like, "Oh, don't believe that I snitched. I didn't snitch." Like, but we saw the video. I'm just confused.
That's what makes hip hop so interesting, though, because rappers, no one has the confidence rappers have, right?
Delusion.
And I think that's fly shit.
I be delusional sometimes.
To your point about being conflicted about anything. Probably the only thing I was conflicted about, but it didn't like dictate my thought of, oh my God, I can't press play was, I do feel for Young Thug, man. I do feel for Young Thug, right? I don't want to primarily even blame that on Gunna as well. We could have an adult conversation here, right? I don't want to put the whole blame on. He's not the only defendant, that took a plea.
Yeah.
His brother took a plea. And if you really want to talk about it, his brother took a plea and fucked that up already. He's already back in jail and has to serve 9 to 10 years, right?
Yeah.
So for me, you want to keep
going?
I'm gonna
save that thought.
Got you. For me, it's more so. I was introduced to Gunna through Thug. That's
So
I don't like the street nigga dialogue we have. Like, oh, I'm not a street nigga. I don't want to listen.
It's just about loyalty for you.
Yeah, this doesn't have to be a quote unquote street conversation. When I know I was introduced to you through Thug, and I if it wasn't for Thug, I don't know if I hear your music today. It does make me. Not sad because again, Thug is in there for a reason. Whatever you did, you got to stand on. Allegedly, right? Allegedly, and when you call somebody your brother, y'all kind of got like conflicted stories.
Yeah,
I guess that's the only thing that sort of confused me.
But
I
was Gunna, come on.
Yeah, I wish there was just more of a code, right? I wish that Gunna would have recognized that, whoever was advising him. It probably sounds like I watched a ton of interviews on people and lawyers surrounding the case. Yeah. And a lot of them said, like, look, maybe his lawyer could have gave him a certain direction and told him, you do this and it'll come out this way. Like, maybe he didn't know the cameras were rolling, which could have been very well possible. Like, that's the last thing that I'm thinking about when I'm trying to get free.
I was trying to be serious.
No, I'm dead ass, bro. Maybe he didn't know the cameras were rolling. Like, I'm just here to get out of jail. Yeah. I'm gonna say what I gotta say when I get out. Right. My lawyer, bargained this deal, so I'll get out and then I'll deal with what comes.
And you're referring
with it
to
later.
the plea deal video that we all saw him respond. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. He should have made a song called Yes, Ma'am.
I thought he was.
He should have named the album Yes, Ma'am.
I thought he was.
You're gonna like.
I thought he was gonna play on it.
He should have just doubled down on it. But I think. For me, the biggest thing,
so funny.
That would have been hilarious. I think the biggest thing for me, just talking about the album, I can hear the difference of the lack of the major label support.
Interesting.
I could hear the difference. Like the producers is not the same. It's not Metro Boomin.
It's not Metro.
It's not
Turbo. It's no Wheezy.
Wait, what did you say? You could hear the difference between the lack of major label support?
Yeah.
I don't think it's like major label support. It's just like a lot of artists and producers don't fuck with him now.
Exactly.
Okay. I thought you meant like official label. I meant like no, like the community doesn't.
Yeah. Thank you for cleaning that up. But I can hear the difference in that. And he sounded like 4 different rappers on this.
Really?
Normally he sounds like himself, right? He has a very distinctive voice.
Right.
He sounded like Future at times. He sounded like Young Thug at times. Like there was one song where I legit had to pick my phone up while I was driving to see if he had a feature.
Oh.
He sounded like Offset to me on a few songs, and he sounded like Lil Baby.
I feel like that's kind of what you kind of maybe try to do when you know no one's gonna give you a feature. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think that's impressive.
Yeah.
I want to start off this conversation by saying he blew me out the water.
Hey yo,
Pause. My fault. I didn't know
you blew that shit out the water.
No, I did not.
Out the water.
Oh fuck. Yeah, that was nasty.
You blew that.
That was nasty. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm usually
better.
I'm usually better with my words. I apologize for being nasty.
That's actually how the phrase goes.
That's how it go, right?
Yes.
Don't unphrase me, nigga.
But if you get blown out
Out here.
the water, like somebody, you had to get there.
It wasn't his album called Drip or Drown?
That nigga made you drown.
Right? I'm just on brand with shit.
Nah, you did
I'm just
that.
on brand. But nah, he exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
He definitely did. All right, that sounded crazy.
Men cannot have any fun.
You can't say shit.
No, because blew me out of the water was such a better phrase. But now
But don't
we can't
blow
even
me.
use it.
That's what I'm trying to
You
get
made
to.
him switch it up to he exceeded my expectations.
You ain't
Like,
no-
no,
you ain't no
just
better
say
than Mason
blew-
Cam.
He blew me out of the water.
Blew me out of the water, man. Nah, this year I'm
Just
feeling more
stand on it.
secure and shit that sound weird. Whatever. But I didn't expect for, like, I see what you're talking about where the production was different. I've never heard Gunna rap like this. I have never heard Gunna rap like this.
He has something to say.
I have exactly.
That's called freedom rap.
That's
Like when you get out,
some MLK
nah,
raps.
dead ass, bro. Like the ancestors gave that nigga some extra powers to start spitting like that. He was not rapping this way prior
Yeah, because
to.
I
Never heard
love
him rap
Gunna's
like
music. I still do. Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
Sorry, guys.
It's a good space
I
here.
would always think, I would literally listen so hard to try to understand what Gunna's saying, like
Yes.
previously. And I'm like, he's talking about nothing. Like he'll be like, this couch is green, and then but it sounds so amazing.
Yeah.
So he would just always be rapping about a whole bunch of nothing. But now on this album, like I see what he's trying to say. Like
Absolutely.
so.
He had to articulate
Yes,
his case.
He had to say complete thoughts.
That nigga learned from his lawyer. That's what happened. He had to learn how to enunciate, how to get his point across.
Hey, a few of them yes men that have you penning a clean verse. See, try to tell you, your punctuation gonna be intact. But no,
He wanted the audience to hear every syllable.
Listen,
every single word.
as much as we joking, it's no easy task to do what he just did. Everybody
Yeah.
against you.
Nah, that's easy.
No,
I'm not gonna lie, what he did is
That's
easy.
not easy, bro. What's easy about that?
I've seen a lot of people go to jail, write a lot of raps, come out and drop an album. That's easy.
6ix9ine did
First
it.
day out.
All you got is time.
6ix9ine did it. That shit wasn't no flock.
We can't
shit was
keep
ass.
comparing niggas.
We have to.
we
We
gotta
have
let
to.
his name go. First off,
I do agree.
there's
I
a
hear
lot
you.
of guys who have been arrested,
I hear
locked up, came out,
hear
dropped
you.
music.
Yeah.
And it was like their best work.
That's Lil Wayne being one,
Yeah.
T.I. being another. Like
Yeah,
these
yeah.
are the guys that.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it easy.
Exactly. And
all
what
you got is time.
No.
Just sit there and
No.
write
You
and
coulda-
think about your actions.
You could have had time to do this wrong, bro. Even beat selection could have. Say what you want about those beats.
Whoa, that was deep. You could have had time to do this wrong. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
That was you right.
That was profound of what I said.
Yeah,
That's
that
what-
was very good.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? Like even the beat selection, just knowing how you want to do this, how people are viewing you, and just going into the studio and just making something that's undeniable. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, people gonna hate on you, but not most people not gonna call it whack. Most people not gonna call it trash. When you are by yourself and you might have a lot of self-doubt in you, imposter syndrome can kick in, even though you've done something before. You feel me? And just to think about the support and the level he had of that before. If I was Gunna, I'm coming into this next album pretty scared. Granted, people do want to hear what I say.
Yeah.
But what now? Like if I'm Gunna and going into this album right now, right? I'm like, all right, cool. Well, how many tracks do I talk about what transpired? How do I mix up the swag?
Yeah.
How do I mix up the shit where people could just relate to? And he did a really good job at that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Y'all might hate me,
No, we don't hate nobody in.
but I'm gonna bring it there.
Let's take it.
There's another artist who I don't know when he's getting out, if he's ever getting out.
Uh-oh.
I have no idea. But he's got a lot of time to sit and think about whatever transpired on the night of July a few years ago. Him, Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
Oh, y'all thought I was talking about Kels?
Now I know who you talking about.
Yes, I thought that's immediate. Well, me and Alex
Y'all niggas thought I
both.
was talking about. Wait, hold on.
like,
He
he going
deserves
there?
to be where he's at.
I
I
was
ain't,
Okay, thank you.
Nah,
Like,
we gonna keep that nigga.
Yeah,
Some
I was
people
gonna
need
let
to
you
be
cook,
there.
but then I might, put the fire out.
Nah,
I was like,
dude.
we're not getting canceled
No,
today.
we are
No, but
definitely
yeah, no,
not.
but what, Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez.
We can talk about him. It's fine.
Bringing up Tory Lanez,
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about, it is. So Tory Lanez, and let's go back to Tekashi,
Right.
Gunna, right? 3 artists, all been locked up within the last 3 years. One of them, obviously, he's still behind bars, and then Tekashi, he got out because of, he was ratting, he was snitching, and then Gunna is speculated. We saw a video of him allegedly telling, right? With those 3 guys, are we judging them based on likability, right? Do we give Gunna the pass because he's likable? His music is palatable, right? It's current, it's new, it's melodic, it feeds the streets, it feeds the ladies. It's almost universal on American soil, right? Tekashi, he's not very likable. What he did is against the code. He's disrespected the dead. He's disrespected probably your favorite artist. It's really not the music's not good. If we just keep it art, the music really not that good. So, right, it's easier to kind of turn your back on somebody like that. And then we have a Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez, he was in an act or a situation, scenario with another artist who's very popular, who's a woman, who has a lot of support, and who seems to be the victim in their situation. It's funny because Instagram, they updated their features to where now you could play a song or display a song in your notes. Have y'all been seeing that?
I did.
I didn't see, my IG don't be updating.
A lot of people's music
That
taste
is-
is trash. Like sometimes you got to keep them songs to yourself.
That's actually a really fire update.
It is a fire update.
That is a really
How does it work?
good
Explain
update.
it for the people like me,
You know
the ghetto people that don't
the
have it.
statuses where SaVon was doing his fun facts, like that one? Oh wait, did he ever see that?
On the notes.
No,
You
because
have
Alex
notes.
never had
No,
that
I don't
feature.
have notes.
You still don't have
Look at
notes?
my IG. I'm dead ass.
That
They
is-
never gave it to
that's
me.
kind of crazy.
They never gave it to
Bro,
me.
That was like 5
Look, bro,
updates
I'm
ago.
dead ass. Bro, I go on my DM right now while we recording in.
I
Look, my
believe
shit-
you.
Are they gonna see my screen?
No, don't do that.
Oh, we might have to blur that out.
Yeah,
My
might have to blur
thing
that.
is-
Might have to blur that. Sure.
Alex, you come in the studio,
Yeah.
you don't eat.
Huh?
You come in the studio,
I do push-ups.
you do push-ups.
Yeah.
That is so true.
You have an iPhone, you don't update it. You are not in jail.
No,
and he
I
doesn't
update-
play video games.
You are free,
No, no,
nigga.
no, no, no.
Do you know what Tory Lanez would do to update his
With
Instagram
my
right
freedom?
now?
Nah, bro, look, I just updated my shit. My shit up to date. They don't fuck
That
with
is
me.
weird.
They
No,
don't fuck with me.
he has tried to update his app. He just doesn't have it.
For the people that can't see this, I'm showing SaVon the updated shit. They don't like me.
What iPhone do you have? iPhone 11?
I got, oh shit, now I got 13?
Oh shit! So he has a new phone.
That's
So
what
it's
I'm
like
saying.
that's
Yeah.
kind of weird. That's
They don't
kind of
fuck
weird.
with me, bro. But you said they dropping whack music on that shit.
Yeah, they need to cut it out. Like, keep your music to yourself. I think. I don't know. Regi, she's fucking with your playlist. But I say that to say, I've been seeing a lot of Tory Lanez on people's stories.
Yes.
And a while ago, maybe a year ago, a few months ago,
Yeah.
it was a little taboo to publicly promote his shit or listen to his shit or acknowledge like, hey, I actually like his music. But again, I think it's all about likability. So the Gunna situation, it just brings me to think like, how we pick and choose the people that we want to support, that we may not support, who the public gets behind.
I thought Gunna wasn't well liked right now though.
I mean,
because
he
of
almost sold
everything that's
100
going on.
He almost sold 100,000 copies in 1 week.
They,
I
it's
think-
projected to do 80.
So like, but in the comparison, we're saying that Tory Lanez was not really liked because of everything that was going on with Megan, and then isn't that the same thing with Gunna? He wasn't very liked because of everything that's going on with YSL.
But I think, and maybe the biggest factor is that Gunna and Thug, 2 men who seem to have whatever they have, whereas Tory Lanez, it was against a woman. So I
Okay.
can see why
the
maybe
vibe
there's
would be a little larger.
why it's a disconnect.
I stand
Okay.
on the playing field of I don't believe people. I came on this podcast about a year or 2 ago and SaVon remember. I don't believe anyone. Let me tell you why. The canceled terminology. No one can be canceled, and this proves my point. I wish people would just say, "I'm mad at this person right now." That would fix so much. I don't believe none of these people, bro. Salute to all of you, beautiful people. Enjoy your family. I don't believe them, no. I don't, bro. I don't believe them for nothing.
talking to?
Because of the people out there. Because, like you said, when they're fave or a
when they're, yeah.
right, or like a caveat that favorites the way they think comes up, They completely ditch what they thought they liked. You feel what I'm saying, bro? So back to what I was saying a few years ago on this podcast, there's no such thing as being canceled. People don't like you for right now until somebody or something makes them feel like they could like you again. You know what I'm saying, bro? So with the Tory and the Gunna thing, it's the internet thrives on, just a conversation people can get behind, right?
And bandwagoning, and groupthink.
There
and
you
all
go.
that.
So the moment, if you're paying attention to it, right? The moment the verdict for the Megan Tory thing came out, it was crickets, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What was crickets?
We didn't hear like the dialogue we were hearing on the internet, week to week, day to day, perspective for perspective. The moment where the verdict came out and it was like, okay, he's going to jail, everyone's care disappeared.
Yeah.
And then Meg had to go heal the way she healed now. She's figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? But if you really paid attention, we cared when it was a thing. Meaning, y'all don't really be canceling nobody.
I just think
y'all be mad at people in the moment.
Who people like.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to that. Like,
yeah.
If people like you or like your art or like your music or you just leading up to the whole Tory Meg thing, and we don't have to stay there.
Sure.
I think that Tory had put himself in a corner of being unlikable. Like, he was very likable. He was on the top of the world.
He was.
But I also believe because of his brashness, or he came off maybe cocky at certain times, that it was very easy to not like him. Whereas a Gunna is almost even keel. He never gets too high, he never gets too low. You know what you're gonna get.
He don't really do too much,
He doesn't have much of a personality.
He just makes fire music.
Exactly. Where Tory Lanez, he was that, like, they always
you either love him or you find him annoying or
Exactly. I
just have one good example of this where you're saying, like, basically people just choose who they like and they will cape for them no matter what. So Drake, the most popular artist in the world, he literally had a lyric. Obviously, it was about the situation. He was like, "She lies about getting shot," something like that.
Which was stallion?
Yes, and she's a stallion. Whatever. That's clearly about Megan. Like, so people hear that and they did not. People were like, "Oh my God, Drake! How could you do that?" But like, he did not get as much backlash as he should have because he's Drake. Because we love Drake.
Now because I'm a deep diver. I was with you, Reg. I had to look up that scenario, yo.
Okay. I'm open to it. Okay.
There's actually an influencer from like another country that coins that term. She goes by the Stallion.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? And she makes music as well.
Okay.
So Drake is one of those clever motherfuckers. You feel me? You find, it's like, you know when a dead clock is right twice a day? It's sort of like that, instance.
He's like, oh, if it fits.
If it fits, I can make it fit, but I could also get saved because if you know, you know. Clever motherfuckers. You gotta watch niggas with that ball work.
It could have been about the
young lady.
person that you're referencing right now. Like, yes, he really could have made it about her, but he
Found
knows.
her page and he knows.
That is like that. People will think it's about Megan. So why would you say that? Like, she's lying about getting shot. Yeah. But then I'm also not saying, I'm not canceling Drake. I listen to Drake on my way here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's just
You're
funny.
Right.
Funny.
It goes back to your likes. Yeah. So stop saying y'all hate people. Can't just say, I don't really like this person right now. We need to learn how to effectively deal with like the way we think.
The only person I will say I like actually cancel. I really don't listen to R. Kelly ever. So I genuinely did cancel him. But other than that, I've never, people have done terrible things and I still listen to them. Like,
that's real.
Straight
that's
up. Like,
real. That's real.
You ready to get canceled right now?
What we about to do?
Oh my goodness.
I'm about to say some shit I probably shouldn't say.
Is
it
that a
SaVon
titty
Slater?
on the wall?
It may be. I haven't.
Okay, sorry
that
guys.
is a boob.
Okay, say
Oh no, that's an eyeball. You freak.
Y'all horny. I told
No,
y'all.
it's not. It's a titty. Anyway. Art is subjective. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
No titties were harmed in this.
Well, we have somebody listening back, so maybe they could review it. But just going back to R. Kelly, there's just one. Legit. There's just one song that I can't see.
You just
myself.
don't skip.
I can't.
It's that Step in the Name of Love.
It's not any of his sexual songs.
Girl.
It's not Same Girl. It's not even.
Oh my God, why am I singing it? Fuck.
Look,
Yo,
gotcha.
It's all right, whatever. I don't care.
It's tough when they got. All right.
But no, it's a song. I'm just gonna play it.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Nah, don't play
just
that.
tell us what it is. Just
tell us the song, nigga.
I Wish. Have you heard I Wish?
Yeah, I heard I Wish.
Oh.
Y'all remember I Wish?
I know, but like, I didn't think that would be like
that. I can't I just can't skip it.
Why are you saying this to the audience, of our large audience?
Because I want to be real with them. Like, it's not a sexual song. It has nothing to do with women. It's just about, somebody passed in his life, and he was talking to that person in the afterlife. He dedicated a song, I think it was to his mom or something like that.
Hey, I'll take it a step farther, right?
Oh my goodness.
This is the Gunna shit. Oh, no. We're going back to Gunna. I ain't going to go too crazy.
Okay, I was about to say, damn, nigga, he ain't got no more shit in his catalog. Like anything else, he's nasty. Like, that's the only thing.
We're all getting canceled on this segment. Because I sang Same Girl into the mic. So, whatever.
The one of the goals in life is to do something so well that you become undeniable. I ran into some of my homies who live by a very different code the other day, right? And it was the same day as the Gunna release. Mind you, these 2 to 3 brothers have been tearing them down, to say the least, right? They found a way to start listening to Gunna's album. They made an excuse for it. They say, yo, we sarcastically listen to it. Word.
All right. Who says that? That is weird.
I was so weak.
What does that mean?
And then back to the theme I'm making today. I wish you guys would just say in the moment, yo, what Gunna did in that moment you really ain't like, but he made good music. I think we'd all start to understand each other a little bit better, man. Because like SaVon says, sometimes when this shit is good, it's good, man. It's tough. It's tough out here.
Sometimes that shit just be hitting. I ain't gonna lie. I got a called a cancel culture playlist.
Yo.
And it's a bunch of niggas that should just be canceled.
I thought
I ain't gonna name them all.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I thought Push was gonna get Drake canceled with the blackface thing. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Did you?
I did. I'm a Drake.
Because that is some crazy shit.
I thought he got him.
But
I thought he got him.
He did for like a period of time, because that was. We all looked at Drake differently. Like, I remember that happening.
That's a bit
I remember that playing out in real time, and I was like, "Whoa, how is he gonna come back from this ever?" Like,
because certain things are kind of easy to defend. When you just see certain shit, that's how you know Drake Teflon for real. Like,
no, he
the shit that really got.
He is.
Like, look what happened to you, and you're still like the most streamed artist.
Remember when he was like pouring hot sauce in condoms?
Yeah, you believe that?
Oh, for sure.
Word?
You don't think Drake would do that?
Hell no. But wasn't that just like a rumor?
Hey. It was a rumor.
It was a rumor.
Yeah.
I would love to believe that rumor.
That you just put hot sauce in it.
SaVon loves believing.
I would love to believe that rumor.
He loves a good
Because
rumor.
why are you trying to get my nut out my condom? My nigga, like, now burn. Nigga, like, I would love to believe that rumor.
That is a pretty
he's
random.
that calculated.
That's a pretty
funny.
random thing to make up.
Because you got to think, she probably asleep. She in bed. She like, oh my God, I just fucked Drake. Like, oh my God, it's so great here. Like, I'm about to have his baby. I'm about to go stuff his cum right back in my pussy. Like, she was probably just giving it up crazy in her head. And then when she goes to get the semen to like stick it up, she start burning. And Drake probably got the biggest grin on his.
I thought you was about to say something else.
Yo, what you thought about this? Say what's on your mind, bro.
I ain't gonna say nothing. You started off this episode talking about me, right? I thought that nigga was about to say, yo, that he got the biggest what?
He had the biggest.
I know.
Grin,
ego,
bro. He had the biggest grin. Just knowing, like, yo, I know what I just did. I know what she about to do, and now she about to, feel the wrath. Of Frank's hot sauce.
You think Jim Jones is about to feel the wrath of Pusha T?
Yeah, you know why I stand with Push. You know how I feel about Push. I got the cape on. Jim Jones is light work.
Listen,
Salute
for
to
those
Jim.
of you that don't know what we talking about, a few weeks ago, Jim Jones on the press run, he did a few shows, and primarily he did the Breakfast Club, where he spoke with DJ Envy and Charlamagne, and basically, told cats like he doesn't believe Pusha T to be a legend, nor in his top 50 rappers of all time. People on Twitter and the rest of us in this room said, "Oh, Jimmy, he got 90.
Jimmy.
And shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Jordan
Shout out to Jordan.
because he played a part in that conversation.
In that
He
press
did.
run.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Jordan Rose for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, Jim Jones. I mean, so I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be careful with my words because
Now you're a stan, so be very careful.
no, I'm gonna be super careful because like we be in the same spaces as Jim. Like there's been times where Jim Jones walked out of somewhere and we walked in and it was only like 30 minutes apart. So I'm gonna be real careful
About
what
20.
the fuck I just said.
Yeah.
But he don't want that smoke. He don't want
That's
that.
not that bad.
Not with Push. He
disagree.
don't want the smoke.
I disagree.
Like lyrically, again, I don't know physically. I'm not trying to weigh these guys out. It's not a fucking boxing match. These niggas are like 45 years old. Like they shouldn't be fighting. But if they did fight, I don't give a fuck who would win or who would lose. Lyrically, artistically, in the booth, I cannot see him beating Jim Jones. Now, before we even get into it,
Yeah.
there's a lot of parallels between these guys.
Okay.
I do have a clip. I want to play the disc because apparently Pusha T responded to him in a verse, like I think you should, right? If somebody speaks about you and you're an artist and you're a rapper, you should respond with music. There's no reason to go on Twitter, Meek Mill. There's no reason to go on a press run, Safari. Like, there's just no reason.
You want to push the shooters?
I'm just like,
your delivery of this, like, it sounds very
love this.
calculated and rehearsed. I'm
love
impressed.
this.
well, that's
I love
just
this.
like Pusha T. He instills calculation within his fans.
Right.
So if you really
See, look
fuck
at the
with us,
responses,
like you
like-
gotta be cerebral when
Right.
you fuck with niggas like us.
Right,
Not
cerebral. You see the
cerebral.
words?
You get what I'm
Wow.
saying?
See the
let's-
words?
Let me play
Let
the
me
clip.
even see what you're talking about
Yeah,
because
let's play the clip
I
and
have
we'll
a
talk about
ton
it.
to say.
Let's do it.
I actually, you playing it right now?
Let's do it. That was the first bar. Reality TV is mud wrestling.
I
Jim
guess
Jones started loving hip hop. Like, we're gonna break this down section by section, piece by piece. If y'all need me to rewind, we can rewind it too.
Okay, Rap Genius.
But you heard him. Now,
I would
say what
think
you wanna
twice before going after Pusha T.
that's all I
I would,
If you're
'cause
Jim Jones?
to see
anybody.
No.
to see what he's capable of. Not even just lyrically, just like
Cerebral.
we don't know how Pusha T finds out what he finds out.
Some
He
people
could hit where it hurts.
Like,
I feel like.
Alex, me and you, we've
Yeah.
been working together for a very long time. You know
Yeah.
me for a very long time.
Yes.
And one of the things that I like, some people you just should leave alone because
Okay.
you just should leave
Does that
him
apply?
alone.
Does that apply to everybody though?
I think he has proven you should leave me alone.
Yeah, like he's one of the
Okay.
people.
You get what I'm
that-
saying? We're not
Okay.
just.
It doesn't apply to everybody. Yeah,
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Again,
Okay.
i.e. Safari.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bother him if
Yeah.
I have a beef with him.
Yo, Safari's just somewhere like, what the fuck, guys?
No,
Like,
I'm just saying, like, some people I'm gonna bother.
Right.
Like Pusha T, I think he's giving us a reason to just like, yo, leave me alone. I don't know where this is coming from, but
Yeah.
I like the
oh
fact.
yeah, wait, where did? Okay, so he just randomly said.
So
Like, where did this come from? Okay, sorry.
Let me. Are you done playing it?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
We got a ton more to
He
go.
said, "Are you done?"
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
We gonna.
We got a
talk-
whole flow. I like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's go.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
SaVon.
That's
Nah,
a
I'm
good
sorry.
bar.
I'm so sorry.
That's a good bar.
Bro, what the
That's a
fuck
good
did you just say to me?
Standalone bar. That's good. Objectively, it's good, Alex.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're chasing a feature out of your element.
I'm not going
Y'all
front.
know who he's
Salute-
talking about.
Salute to Jimmy. Jimmy been doing a lot of records with the new drill niggas in New York.
But do you know
Yeah.
what he's referring to?
Break it down for me.
He's saying you're chasing a feature that's out of your orbit,
Out of
which
your
is
reach.
Drake.
Yeah.
You're standing for Drake. You're caping for Drake. You're chasing a feature that you're not gonna get. I.e.,
Yo,
you're
but
not
what
getting
if
a
what-
Drake feature.
What if one day he does get a feature with Drake and this is just invalid now?
It'll be out of pity, which
Oh,
Pusha
don't do
T
that.
can use.
No,
Absolutely.
because
Drake was just at
no,
Apollo with
because
him.
Drake doesn't like he respects Jim Jones a lot.
But this is why I think Pusha T is so.
I don't think it would be out of pity.
I think, and even if it's not out of pity, maybe they have an album together somewhere
Yeah.
that we don't know. We haven't heard it. So the fact that Pusha T was able to get ahead of it, which is something that he's done in Beef Again,
okay,
now
okay,
the
okay,
optics
okay.
is, nigga, you just did this out of being fucking
And
generous.
Just some context. Pusha played this at the LV fashion show in Paris this year.
Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton. Yup. Mhm.
Yeah. It's a new song with him and his brother.
No,
The clips.
because if a Drake and Jim Jones song drops now, it's not like Pusha T got ahead of it. It's like Jim Jones could be like, "Ha, I had this in the tuck all along. Like you look stupid."
I sent. You done with the Pusha shit?
I mean, I low-key want to play it again. But
Yeah,
I'll
no,
be-
you sure?
we don't have to do
I-
that. We don't
play
have
the
to do
other shit I sent in our group chat, and then I want to have a perspective.
All right, let's
Yeah,
do
play
it.
that real quick. This is Jim Jones at the Breakfast Club.
Okay, cool. Do y'all know any records on these Grammy nominated?
Yes.
What?
The
Diet
last
Coke?
album is Almost Dry.
Diet Coke?
Ramperton Road, My Neck, My Wrist. What else
Where
was
did
on
you
that
listen
last
to
album?
this shit out of your basement? Because I never hear it nowhere. You heard?
Wait, it's not
like
even
I
called
never
My
hear it
Neck, My
nowhere. Like no
Wrist.
disrespect. Like where?
Right?
Like you did? And like let's get like people don't crucify me because.
So
He's
hear
gonna
me
get
out.
crucified.
So hear me out, right? Pusha T is Jim, you my man, bro. Word, big New York shit. You already know what time it is, bro. Like for real. Fuck with Dipset and all that shit. For real. That's my man, for real. You feel me? Yes, Pusha is gonna fry him, annihilate him if we talking ball for ball. That is a fact. But y'all two was sitting here telling me that cats like Jim Jones should tread lightly. And I'm gonna tell you why I feel differently, specifically about Jimmy. When you could clown people like this, when you can get at people like this, when you got so much street credit,
that New York sense of humor too, that wit, yeah.
When you got so much street credit in that backing, that niggas know what you used to do, people know what you were part of, blase, and you might have a dirtier record than a cat like Pusha T.
Yeah.
Your vernacular, your language becomes your verses, right? So Push can't outsnap Jim Jones.
And I don't think he would try.
And it's a vice versa thing, right?
I don't think it would. Like, why would I try to outsnap a reality TV star?
But see, you trying to be funny.
No, I'm serious.
You trying to be funny, right? That reality TV star sees in his head a dude that maybe wasn't the biggest coke dealer to Jim Jones. He sees, that's the thing about that cool factor. Having that cool and respect factor be so tough, yo. Because why was Jim Jones talking so crazy about Pusha T? Why did he have the confidence to go to the Breakfast Club and just say the things he just said, right?
But Pusha T has that cool factor too.
It's to an extent, Reg.
It's
to an extent.
I think that's regional. I think what you're speaking to is from a regional standpoint. I think Dipset is extremely cool and trendy in certain pockets of the United States.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm in LA all the time. I'm in Atlanta all the time. Miami all the time. Like, yeah, there's certain people who respect and understand what they did and who they are.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't translate universal. And I think, and I was talking about the parallels when I first started, right? One of the parallels between these two guys is they both are in the fashion space to some degree.
No, Jim Jones not in the fashion space, bro.
Who's not?
Jim Jones not in the fashion space.
You don't believe Jim Jones is?
Hell no.
I think
he has some Vamp Life hoodies he used to make.
Supreme, he's launched
No. He was on a Supreme does a bunch of collabs with rappers, you know that, and they called him up. Push works
is in like high fashion
with Adidas. I used to work at Adidas. He had a Pusha T sneaker, the
that's
EQTs.
what I'm trying to say.
Jim ain't never had a sneaker.
So that's what.
But
I'm
he
trying
had a
to
Supreme collab.
But he is still fashion. He's still a trendsetter. That's one of the things that he said in that interview.
Okay.
Like, yo, nobody wanted to dress like them. They wanted to dress like us.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to talk like them. They wanted to talk like us. He's a trendsetter. Like, he's known for being that.
Now,
you get what I'm saying?
I do get what you're saying. I don't think it's East Coast bias. I'm gonna tell you why.
Yo, it has to be.
I'm gonna tell you why. It's easy to get caught like that because we from New York. Pusha T has 3.7 million followers on Instagram. Jim Jones has 3.4 million followers on Instagram.
Okay.
I'm bringing up Instagram because these are universal platforms.
Okay, numbers.
Come on, bro. We could go look it up right now.
I'm not saying. I
So
believe you.
You can follow anybody on any country, any state. It don't matter where you are, who you keep up with. So if you mean to tell me,
But
Pusha T got him about 300,000 followers, that's telling me that it's all right. Let me be more clear. Pusha T hangs out with richer people. Respect to Jimmy and everybody that's around. It's not a shot.
We don't know that. From the optics,
From the optics of it, right? The mainstream
like
thing.
That,
I think that's where we get mixed up, right? We see that Pusha was under good music, was next to a Kanye West, comes from the Clips. Like, we have these things in our head, bro, but if we really keep it a stack, bro, how much does it really translate over to niggas in the street? How much does it really translate over to people that are fans of hip hop? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that Pusha has mad fans. I want to be very clear. People know he can rap, but it seems as if it's like it's like mainstream coke dealer. You understand what I'm saying, though?
I think no. I think that he created a lane and we just have never seen it. So we try to box it in as, this is all.
Never
this
seen
is.
it. We see mad niggas rap about coke. I disagree.
We've never seen luxurious coke rap. We've never seen. We've never seen the bars and the style and the packaging of how Pusha T presents. We've never seen somebody who could rap about cocaine and then go get an Arby's bag dissing McDonald's. We haven't seen somebody in these high places whose branding is, yo, I push. I'm your pusher. I'm your drug dealer.
I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying? Like, we haven't seen that.
I think that's mainstream because a nigga like Jim Jones don't respect what Push flips, SaVon. We know,
whether you respect it or not, that's on him. I'm talking about from an artist.
But I'm talking
from
about
artistic
standpoint. But this is the conversation we having, right? So the point I'm making is, Pusha's gun is gonna be his verses. And I'm saying that Jim Jones's gun is his cool effect, his talking
His street
shit,
cred and
his
stuff.
street credibility. I'm gonna repeat this
I mean,
again.
that's valid because like all SaVon was saying was that like I would, whatever you said, like I would tread lightly.
Just leave him alone.
Like you're not saying that he would wash him completely. Like it would be a tight race, would it not? Like are you saying no?
No,
Push gonna smoke.
We're all saying that it would be a tight race. They both have strengths.
Yes,
that's what you're
absolutely.
both saying.
Yes,
Like, yeah.
And I'm saying the reason why Jimmy was talking the way, because again, this is in response to what Jimmy had said about Push, right? The fact that Jimmy had enough confidence to exude those words about somebody that all the rest of us know who he's a part of and what he's a part of.
Or Jim's like, I don't care.
And why does they all come from the same era? Why is it a real street nigga like Jim Jones that we know is a real street nigga? Why is he able to just talk that freely without it? You know, sometimes when it's like you someone asks you a question, say you're doing an interview, right? And you think about what you want to say versus what you really want to say out of respect, because of what people know. He had none of that for Push.
He didn't give a fuck.
He didn't give a fuck. That tells me
he's good. Like he's good.
That tells me you know something I don't know, bro.
I
think Pusha knows something that
Vice versa.
I was gonna say like
Yeah.
I'm glad you ended there because Drake had all the resources. He put out all of the PSAs to get whatever he could, whatever dirt he could on Pusha T, and he came back with nothing. And whether he came back with something or not, he never felt confident enough or comfortable enough revealing it. So that's when I say, like, why would you bark up a tree where he already went against Thanos? He already defeated Thanos. Drake being Thanos, I already showed you what I'm capable of doing, and you had no retort for me. So why do I think that Jim Jones would have anything for him? Again, this is just artistic. This is just bars. Even if it comes down to interviews, like Pusha T is also comedian. He's also funny. Yeah, have you watched? Like, he also can be. He also is witty.
I'm not taking that from him.
You get what I'm saying?
But it's how you like. He's witty. I'm glad you brought that up.
I just let you go, my boy.
You're right.
I don't think that it's so far off when it comes to being able to speak the talk in interviews, in conversations. Like if he went on a podcast, I think he could deliver it in the same ways that Jim Jones does. I do also believe that you have to take into account our New York bias. Like we cannot discount the fact that we grew up on Jim Jones, Cameron, Mace. We cannot discount the fact that their culture, their verbiage, their language, their slang, the way that they dress, it is identifiable and relatable to us in this region. Sure. If I'm in the south fucking west or the northwest, northeast of this country, I may not be able to relate to Jim Jones as much. I may not be able to see why he's so cool or where that effect comes from.
So why does Cam and Mace's show do so well? Like I want to be very clear, bro. I'm not one of those people that get stuck in my New York bias. You feel me? I know the people.
But you have to acknowledge it.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying just you. You have to acknowledge it that it plays a role in how you're viewing Jim Jones. Because it has to inevitably.
But answer to what I just said though. So why is it that a YouTube show that's viewed to millions does they relate to the comedy of Cam
I swear,
and Mace?
There's not just me trying to be annoying, but Deez and Mero are the most New York guys ever, and their whole brand is New York, and they're very successful, like nationwide.
That's what I'm saying, yo. So it's not our fault that we one of the most lit cities. You get what I'm saying? My whole thing is like, if niggas wasn't understanding like Mace and Cam's comedy on their new sports show, and it came off like, what the fuck? I'm with you. I'm down. To your Drake point, bro, Drake and Push was only going battle over verses. Drake is not as witty as a Jim Jones, a Cam, a Mace. Yes, Pusha T. It's how you do it. It's how. So why we ain't seen no witty shit from this nigga in interviews ever?
I think Drake is witty, like in his bars, but he's not as cool. Drake is not cool. Drake is kind of.
Thank you.
He's kind of a loser.
I'll give you that.
But like Push is respectfully, Push is cool to. Y'all gonna get mad at me, bro. He's cool to the niggas 38 and up that come from a certain lifestyle. I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all.
That's not true. I know women in my phone like that love Pusha T.
They could love
that
Pusha T.
Is crazy.
But do they think he's cool?
Not like
I'm
in my phone. I mean, like people I know, like friends.
See, now I think you're getting in your bias.
No, I'm not.
I don't think most people find Pusha T to be cool.
Maybe not most people, and that's cool. I'm all right with most people not finding him cool, but I think he does have an audience, and I think there is a cool factor around him. It may not be as big as Jim Jones, because, and again, if we really want to be honest, I think Dip Dipset or Jim Jones cool fashion or factor comes from the conglomerate that he was a part of.
That helps.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
That's a
he
big
stood
part.
alongside Cam.
Yeah.
He stood alongside Joel Santana. It was a movement of a collective, almost like Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang as a whole, it's a brand. So I think he's under this umbrella of a brand that was really cool. He played a huge factor in it. I'm not going to discredit what he did, but I think when we just look at the individuals to individual, I don't think it really compares. I really don't. Like, look where I'm debuting my diss to you.
I hear
in
you.
Paris at a Louis Vuitton fashion show. It's different levels.
It's different friends.
It's just different levels.
It's different
You're
friends.
talking to Charlemagne about
You got
me.
3 million followers. I got 3 million followers. It's different friends.
But if my but
Like,
if my
what we really talking about?
But we're talking about followers. When does followers ever matter? There's a
No,
nigga
no,
right
no,
now
no.
with 100 followers
You
that
know-
has 500 M's in his bank.
You know I don't give a fuck about followers.
So-
don't do that, bro.
so why'd you bring it
Listen,
up?
Because come on, bro. You doing that podcast thing, bro. You know why I'm bringing it up, bro.
I don't.
Instagram is a all right, so I'll be clear.
Okay.
Instagram is a universal platform. You can
Yes.
have this shit in Tanzania.
For sure.
You can have this shit in the UK. If you mean to tell me there's a playground where people can just show how much people fuck with you, and why is that nigga down that more? Why you calling a nigga irrelevant and got the same amount of followers as him? It looks kind of crazy. I'm not going front. I'm not trying to say that Instagram is a standard for everything. I'm just saying
just a measurement
Thank you. I'm getting
yeah.
out of the bias thing. So if it is an East Coast thing, if it is a West Coast thing,
Oh, okay.
let's go to a platform where it don't matter where you from. Let's see who supports you and who shows out.
But my thing with followers and consumer facing numbers like that, like, first off, they can be skewed. We all know that. They can always be skewed. They can always be bought. We know how labels purchase followers all the time. Like, that can
Yeah,
always
but
be
that's not the
skewed,
case
right?
here.
Everybody's following is not organic. So that's somewhat invalid to me. Next, where people are following you from also matters. If I have 3 million people that follow me in England compared to the United States, then that tells me my audience is over there. The total number doesn't really matter. So Pusha T's following could be spread, and we don't know. We're not fucking analytics people. But what I'm saying is these numbers, it doesn't really translate to being cool or not being cool or whatever the case may be. And if we really being honest, when it comes to being relevant on the internet and with the millennials, I think Jim Jones is a little bit more notable in that realm. Like you said, Pusha T's audience is 38 and up. But for Pusha T to still have the slight edge in the Instagram numbers, I think that says something, because millennials and people our age
think it
are a lot
absolutely
more
says
familiar with Jim Jones and
want to be clear.
Cameron.
I agree with you.
So
I don't think that's
like that's why I don't really even want to use
but I don't
the
think
YouTube
it's a,
as a gauge.
I don't think it's a slight. I'm just saying, like, if you really as bigger as you say you are, bro, it should be it's a reason why the Kim But hear me out, bro. It's true, bro. You just told me where he was at, where he performed it at, who all his friends is. Okay, let's do it with Jim. Why is it in the same like hemisphere? And I hate to even talk about the followers, 'cause that's not really where I'm at with it. My whole real thing is I don't think Jim Jones should be afraid. I don't also think Jim Jones is gonna rap.
I don't think he should be afraid.
That is
He's a grown ass
respectable.
man.
That's
That's
really where I
respectable.
was at with it.
I don't
You know
think he
what
should be
I'm
afraid either.
Yeah,
Again, being a fan of the music, of the culture,
Yeah.
I'm saying that as a man, as a person. I don't think he should be afraid at all. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he should be scared. I don't think he should be hesitant. I love it. I love that it came back to music, right? And I can't wait to see how Jim Jones responds. But what I'm saying is, when you're dealing with somebody like a Pusha T, who, like, this is not a question. You know what I do. You know what I've done, right? Like, Jim Jones, whenever we've seen him have issues with other artists or other people, it's outside of music. I'll say that, right? He doesn't necessarily keep it within music, right? It's easier to control. Whatever the case may be, that's just how he problem solves. We'll say that. With Pusha T, we've seen what he's done in music and artistry and deals and whatever, however he goes about it, I think is a lot more strategic. And I don't think it plays into somebody like a Jim Jones favor, who also has lent his life to us on reality
That's a
TV,
fact.
in music, on social media. Whereas Pusha T is more so, it's just about the art, or maybe
That's a fact.
some of the sneaker releases that he does, or the high fashion. Like, again, we talking about the company you keep, right? Pharrell, best friend, one of his closest friends, right? Obviously, the Kanye affiliation, I don't know where they stand right now, but I think Pharrell is more powerful than anybody on Jim Jones's team from a consumer-facing, you know what I'm saying? Like, from our perspective. I don't know the behind the scenes. Who knows what lawyer, this guy, this person, I don't know that. But just from where I can see, like, why is that where you want to go? Unless it's like, hey, my allegiance is to Drake. If I'm Jim Jones, right, he brought me out in the Apollo, you know, he always gives us big props, big respect. My allegiance is to Drake, so I feel comfortable and confident enough to say whatever I want to say about this nigga because I really don't care for him.
Right.
And both of them come from a similar era, so who knows how long they don't fuck with each other. Like, we're talking about two niggas that are 45 plus with braids.
They supposed to be besties.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how it even got here.
Wait, what is going on? Like, why are you guys beefing? Like,
But from where I'm sitting, again, just being a fan of the music and the art, this is not anything personal against these niggas. Like, I fuck with Jim.
It's both art for real.
Jim Jones like started it, right?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
In the interview, he just like brought him. He's like, who listens to Pusha T?
I was just about to say that though. We played 2 clips here today, right? Now, if I'm saying that Pusha T's weapon of choice is his bars, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying that Jim Jones' weapon of choice is his behavior and how he talks to people,
like
right?
him.
The 2 clips we played today, let's be for real. Which one was more damaging?
I honestly don't know the answer to that because
I'm not mad at that answer. I'm not mad at that. What do you think is going to have more of an impact? Because we talked about that Jim Jones shit when it came out the Breakfast Club for at least a week.
Well, okay.
But now what Pusha did though is pretty big. So it's both. I don't know.
The move was big.
And this is an unreleased song. It's not, you can't even get this on. Like, he played it out of fashion. It wasn't like it was promoted.
And Jim has some unreleased thoughts.
And I mean, he released them, and here we are. And I think now, you know, I don't know where it can go, but I think that the fact that their careers are so much paralleled, and from the way that I see it, like, again, you know, coming out in a similar era, right? Being a part of major groups, being good music, the Clips, Dipset, you know what I'm saying? Being a part of major groups, having commercial success, being interested in fashion, trendsetters, like, to some degree, right?
Sure.
Like, I just think that they're in a similar space as far as how their careers have grown. I just think, you know, Pusha T might have the edge, but I think, you know, Jim Jones to the kids may be a little bit more relevant in a sense. But, you know, there was a bar in the clip that Pusha T has said, and he was like, I feel like you're fighting for your relevance. Yeah. You know, you're fighting for your relevancy. And you know, I can understand it because whenever we talk about Jim Jones, for the most part, it's never about music. It's about what he says in his interviews. It's about, you know, even the verses, right? It's about the collaboration that he did with the Knicks. It's about being the weatherman. It's about the memes. Like, it's never necessarily about the music. Whereas, you know, Pusha T, and I will say this, he's attached to Drake, right? Like, we get a lot of our Pusha T kind of headlines whenever it's associated with Drake, but that's still within the realms of, this is music, this is art. It's never the fuck shit. It's never any drama. He's not fighting, you know, Spready Gibbs in Buffalo or threatening other, like, so I just think it's a different, it's just
different weapons of choice.
It's just different.
Yeah, and I agree because Pusha can't do all the viral moments that Jim does all the time.
I don't think he wants to.
I think weapons of choice is a perfect way to put it.
What she said first before you talk about what he want and what to do.
I just said weapons of choice was the best way to put it. Like, they go about it different ways, which is fine.
You feel me? Because what she just said, bro, even if Pusha don't want to do it or not, yo, bro, like, it's a weapon. I'm not saying now it's subjective. Which one is gonna penetrate who in the whole skin more? I don't know. I don't have the answer for that. But I do want to hear what y'all think about this. It's very interesting. What I want to know from you guys is, should Jim Jones be as scared as everybody thinks? I think that's where I stand with that. Yeah, man. So for everybody.
I think that there's a few places to go. It's legit. We can stay in beef and street news and street culture, or you could give us your thoughts on Drake and Kendrick. So I'll let you decide where you want to take us.
I guess we should just stay in beefs.
Okay, let's do it. Pause.
Yeah.
Okay, that was an actual pause.
You want to talk about Jim Jones and his influence?
I'm not gonna lie, that was crazy.
That's a pause. That's a pause.
Wild shit. That's a big pause.
We talking about beefs is crazy coming out from Jim Jones.
Blew me out of the water. I'll let that go, you know?
Alex said
we
he wanted
should
to
stay in beefs. That's a big pause.
He said he wanted to stay in it. That's
I don't
crazy.
think they can hear you.
Shut your fucking mouth.
They can't hear Pierre. Only we can hear Pierre. Shout out to Pierre. He's in the building.
Pierre's I thought it was chorus. All right.
Pierre's in the building.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't come off talking about Jim Jones, talking about you want to dive into beefs. That's just not how that works.
Wait, so-
everything you just said about Jim Jones is like redacted.
I didn't have my headphones on, but did you say something? And then you just heard a faint little "Ayo" in the headphones.
Yeah, that's what he said to me. I was like, wait, what I said? I didn't know I said something.
Yeah,
but,
for sure. Let's keep it there.
I'm usually better with my words. I apologize today. In some podcast news, we've been staying in a lot of music stuff today.
We gonna keep it in beefs.
You said it, not me.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. Bro.
You're not gonna get me today. I'm over here just trying to be confident in myself today with my word selection, and y'all are just not making me feel confident.
I love the beefs.
I bet. Nice. Real nice. Cool.
No pause for
Regi could say that.
Yeah, I bet. If you're familiar with what's been going on in some of the Spotify for the past 3-4 years,
I keep hearing about these damn podcast wars.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's bleeding into everybody, everywhere, every nation under one. No, I'm joking. But yeah, like it seems like it's spreading everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And this time it's spread to our good people. You know what's funny? Meghan Markle and Harry actually moved to the States. So I was gonna say that it got moved to the UK.
Where they moved to LA?
Probably.
I don't know.
Probably LA or New York, right?
DC?
Nah, you think you can see them in DC?
I don't think so. They're not. She's not black enough.
Prince Harry is, of course, son of Princess Diana from the UK. And they've shifted their life here to the States. And I didn't know that I know Spotify was giving out a lot of like bags for podcasts. Mm-hmm. They gave one to Amy Schumer, Joe Rogan, of course, Joe Budden, of course. One of the people they gave some money was Meghan Markle. And you might be asking, why are we bringing up the royal family? Need to know we never talk about shit like this was going on. Mm-hmm. It's a podcast topic that I just felt to be so interesting. So I kind of wanted to break it down with you because the headline reads, Meghan Markle faked podcast interviews.
Faked?
Her voice was added later.
Wait, what? Oh my God. I did not know that this is where it was going.
Pod News, and I didn't know there was a Pod News website. I think I got to keep up with them now. Pod News reported that some of the show's interviews were done by members of the Duchess staff, and her audio of her voice asking questions was clipped in later. Revelations came shortly after Spotify and Artro said in a joint statement to the Post that they mutually agreed to part ways and are proud that the series was made together. Now, again, Spotify did give them a full payout of $20 million in 2020. That was in the middle of the pandemic.
$20 million.
In the pandemic. That was in 2020.
Can we just focus on that number before we like dive into that? Like,
There's money in this shit, baby.
but you know what?
But you guys are a little late. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the money is gonna dry up super fast.
That's what I want to talk about.
Where do you get this return on investment?
That's what I wanted to talk about.
Like, I get it. He is the prince. She is whatever the fuck she is. Like, in no disrespect, I just don't know what them niggas are. Like, I don't know what they do. They're the royal family. Like, cool. Whatever they are, they are. But going back to Amy Schumer, going back to even like, in no slight, the Obama's podcast. I think Michelle got one. I think Kim Kardashian got a podcast.
Isn't it ad revenue?
It is.
All podcasts have ads.
But okay, so how much
That's a good point.
ad revenue do you think you can make on a return from 20 million? For you to profit, that means you have to make more than 20 million on one of those podcasts.
In advertising, I feel like 20 million is like a common number. Ad numbers are just crazy. And like you do like, a HelloFresh deal, use my code, and then mad people use that. You just keep that cycle going.
Yeah.
So I feel like,
but are people listening?
I could see the return.
But are people listening?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
I have no idea.
There's a whole America out there. I feel like just because we haven't, and I know this is not you being like, I don't listen. So I think people do tune into all these like big podcasts that we really don't. But I think there's like a huge audience for them.
So keeping up with the landscape, I feel like Spotify is starting to change their business model to some degree. I think they having buyer's remorse on some of the content.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
shit.
some of like it's
they put a little too much dip on the chip.
A lot of dip on their chip because again, it's no way. And then when you do these exclusive deals with platforms, like a few years ago, I think that was the goal. Everybody wanted exclusivity.
That was it.
Everybody.
Obviously, Joe Budden, he was one of the first podcasts, if not the first, to be exclusive to a platform. Right. Then we got the Joe Rogans, and then et cetera, et cetera. Like I said, Michelle Obama, Kim Kardashian, all these folks, they ended up getting these exclusive deals. And so now what happens is it caps your audience. Because podcasting is universal, and then if you really think about it, most of us listen to it on an iPhone, right? It comes with the software of the podcast app. So now you're limiting your audience, right? not everybody wants to go to Spotify. Some people are fucking lazy.
Yeah, they want to use
Right?
that iPhone.
Well, not everybody has an iPhone.
And not everybody has an iPhone.
That's true,
I think
Reg.
mad people have Galaxies and Androids and whatever the fuck.
They
I
do?
don't.
See,
I
but
don't.
you saying I don't, that
I
doesn't
truly
matter.
Y'all got that
SaVon.
Google fold phone where that shit fold up like a napkin? You can
I
fold that
think
shit.
The pussy is dry.
that is biased.
The pussy is dry.
That
if
is
I see
biased.
the green
Word?
bubble, if you see
I agree. No, same.
nobody is fucking them.
But what
So-
if she pull up with like the
But
foldable joint?
that is biased. You being like, well, I have an iPhone. I think that is major bias because I think mad people have like Androids.
I communicate with hundreds of people in a day,
Yeah.
in a month.
Yeah.
I never get a green bubble.
But what if you could fold your pizza in that shit?
I don't know. I just me being Korean and shit, and just being really aware of like Samsung and everything. I
it.
think it's like very
is a
global,
fact.
and we're really like
We're in the box.
really being some
sure.
fucking late 20-year-olds.
sure.
Right
I love
now.
that. I love
like,
that.
we really are.
I fucking love that.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you for bringing me to that realization.
Yes, yes.
Right? But then I'll say this. I think, and I don't have the numbers in front of me, but there's a large portion, the market of podcast listeners are really based in the United States, right?
That's
so
interesting.
again, I don't know
Ooh,
about
is it? That is interesting.
Yeah,
I looked that
I
up,
want to
right.
say
I like
Like,
Yes.
are we like leaders of the podcast
for
world?
sure.
Oh shit, that's
For
really
sure,
cool.
yeah.
UK
Go
probably
us.
behind us or something. I gotta look these numbers up.
Well, you got to understand, in a
Yeah.
lot of some of the other countries is capital, not capitalism. What the fuck is Cuba?
Oh, they're
Cuba.
you talking about like socialist countries?
Yeah, I don't fucking know. But there's a lot of limitations on
Okay.
their rules and
A
what
lot
they
of
can do.
restrictions.
Yes,
Okay,
there we
It's
go.
not as
That's the
free
opposite of
flowing as
socialism.
us.
So,
Yeah.
they don't even have the luxury to listen to podcasts because it's fucking too much information. Like, they just legit.
Y'all not alert to they're not allowed to
They're
learn.
not even allowed
Maybe
to
only in
listen.
the UK.
Yeah. So
Canada.
that's the other thing. Like, the market for podcasting is primarily in the United States.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to say was that I think Spotify, they might have buyer's remorse.
Yeah,
I
agree.
think they have buyer's remorse. And I think a podcast like this is like, yeah, maybe they have a huge audience, but you cap your audience because it's only available on Spotify. So how can you grow?
But then what? Did something happen that made you think that they're having buyer's remorse? Is that this? Or you just think that they do?
They're canceling a lot of their programming.
Oh, okay,
a lot
okay,
of
okay.
the podcasts. They bought a lot of inventory of podcasts, and they're no longer, keeping them in the inventory. It's like, hey, we're getting rid of this. Bad investment. We don't want it. We aren't doing any more podcast deals at this time. They just slowed up on the productions of podcasts.
They got a little excited, and then now they're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
But I will say, like somebody like a Joe Rogan, obviously, that is worth the investment to have that exclusively on Spotify. But everybody else,
I'm
It's
so
tough.
I don't know.
But I'm glad you brought that up though, because you wanna know what I like about Joe
that
Rogan?
will limit your audience if you're a smaller one. But sorry, what was
No,
it?
you're fine. No, I love that you brought him up, Reggie, because I love Joe Rogan's because he's one of the gatekeepers. When I say gatekeepers, I mean one of the people in our space that receive the big bag through their podcast, right? It's always good to see the people that go ahead of us do really well. See, I'm not a hater. I'm the opposite of a hater. I'm gonna tell you why. If the person, if my predecessor,
Yeah.
but see, that's the other way around because that's the one after me. I'm talking about the person before me, right? If the person before me does really, really well, this is why I be so confused when y'all be hating. It only sets the field for you now.
Like progress is progress.
That's up next. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So to the Meghan Markle point and why I like Joe Rogan so much is, see, he shows a company like Spotify, no, there's value when you do it really well and you don't mail in your efforts. See, I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Meg, man. I love Megs. I don't know her though, but I love Megs. See, when you start to mail in your effort, you know what I'm saying? And you're not one of the ones. See, like how you just said, Spotify and companies start to look at their investment and where they're putting money. And they start to say, yo, what makes sense? What doesn't make sense? You know what? At least if even your effort is up there and it's matching the content, maybe if they don't give you as much money, it'll be in the ballpark, right? But when you got cats getting paid $20 million one time in 2020, and then 3 years later, you mailing in your efforts, fam, how do you think that sets the precedent? Come on, I used it right. How do you think that sets the precedent for the people after you? But again, I get it. People that get money don't give a fuck about the people after them. But the podcast space is very different. It's newer. Like music been around.
You have to be good.
You have to.
Right.
Like music is always gonna be music, yo. And I'm not gonna say that podcast is not always gonna be podcasted, but not for nothing, yo. The podcast app been in our phones since we had iPhones.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
As of recently, the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, we've taken it more seriously, right? But let's not reverse how serious this can get with our efforts, right? Like,
Let's not be lazy.
let's not respectfully, especially
But
if we get that bad.
There's not a shot to her because she was just doing what she had to do.
Yeah, she was
like
mailing
she
them
never
in.
said, I'm,
Yeah, no.
love freaking trailblazer. She was just doing what she had to do.
She had
so.
tea time at the palace. I
Yes.
ain't mad at her. Like she had, like her husband is Harry. I get it. Like life moves around, but it's interesting to see the money go around. I don't know, man. It's interesting.
Yeah, it is. And funny that you talk about all the money that was being pumped into podcasting.
Yeah.
I think, especially in our community, a few years ago at Irving Plaza, the culture lost a very, very big podcast.
Yeah,
A huge podcast.
yeah.
Taxstone. First off, I want to say this. If I ever do anything to get me in the type of trouble where the judge looks me in my face and says, you are sentenced to 35 years, I'm going to die on site. Like, it's it. It's over. Life is over. I'm over. There was this guy.
I wonder what it's
and
like to
maybe-
hear that.
Like, think about somebody 35 years. I'm not built for that shit. Maybe that's why.
We haven't
like,
even
I'm
lived
doing what
35
I'm-
years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck? How
Mind
dare
you,
you?
But that is why I'm very wholesome. This is never gonna happen to me, okay? I don't commit crimes and shit. This is not gonna happen to me.
35.
Mind you,
Because I got the chills when you said, I get what you're saying, like, whoa, I can't imagine. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's
can't
why I don't
imagine.
commit crimes. Okay?
that's why I stay out the way. Mind you,
35.
tax is 37.
35 years
shit.
is fucking insane.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like,
It
We
is
don't know
insane.
about no parole.
just think about all.
We don't know about none of that. Yeah.
So Taxstone, he was sentenced
Crazy.
to 35 years for the shooting.
T.I. show at Irving Plaza.
Yes, at Urban Plaza a few years ago.
Yeah.
Phenomenal podcast. I want to say that he definitely pushed the culture forward as far as like black podcasts.
Not for nothing. We were having, not to cut you off, I'm sorry. We were having a cool conversation about music and Pusha T and Jim Jones, right? Not for nothing. Tax was one of the people in our culture that made podcasting look a little fly.
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
yo, you guys that come from these impoverished neighborhoods can enjoy this platform that usually is for the working class
Really
that
good.
use it for their commutes. So yeah, it's
Oh my God, I remember when podcasts like weren't cool.
remember?
Yeah,
Like they were like, oh my God, like you listen to podcasts?
it was a legit thing, and I think
Yeah, that
like,
is so funny to think about.
Alex pushed. Oh, Alex.
Yo, good looks.
Taxstone pushed that.
Nah.
You didn't.
Nah,
you
nah,
didn't-
give me.
But it wasn't you though.
Nah,
but it wasn't you.
Niggas
though.
never want to get flowers.
But you
thought it.
But you ain't
But
did
you
that
thought
shit.
it.
Why he could still smell him?
You gonna do 35?
Nah.
So you ain't did that shit. So
fault.
you
You
didn't
right.
do
No,
it.
you
Nah.
right. You right.
So people like Taxstone, I want to shout out to your guys. These and Samara.
I was just thinking,
'Cause
I
they
was gonna
was
ask
all
you,
in that era.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
ask you. I was like, what is the first podcast you remember listening to? And me, no, like I'm not even lying. It was Nina Samiro.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I completely believe it. I think that was just a time of like it was the gold rush of podcasting.
And you had to be good.
Yeah,
Like you
you had
can't
to
do
be-
this
Yeah.
mail in
You
your
see what I'm
sponsorship.
saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
You had to be good.
It was dope. It was dope. So
The care was there.
we lost. I mean, we been lost that nigga. I ain't gonna lie. That nigga been locked up a long time.
Yeah, it's been a few years.
But we officially lost that nigga.
Yeah,
Like,
man. R.P. Banger.
He's done up. Yes, RIP
Somebody was
Banger.
lost in that
Facts,
night.
for
Yeah.
sure. But again, I think it goes back to likability, and it's one of those situations. If you know, you know. I don't think it's not as widespread as like a Gunna
Right.
conversation or Tory Lanez or something like that.
Yeah.
But
You had to be there.
exactly you
Listening
can't-
to, yeah.
You had to know what it was, what was happening. Again, it's one of those things that even may be regional because he was so entrenched in New York and it happened in New York. And his nemesis is Troy Ave, and that's a New York-based rapper. Like niggas don't know Troy Ave outside of like New York.
No.
It's
not
safe
for
to
nothing.
say that.
Like his shit don't go to PA.
And not for nothing. If you were in New York before all of this went down, Troy Ave used to put out Flock, some heat.
He had a song.
He had a few. He had a
Nah,
few.
he
like
had that one shit.
he had a few.
You
bro.
know that one shit.
I know. I can't think of it right now. I'm tight.
Fuck.
I'm tired.
I do want to play, but I don't want to play at the same time. I might put that nigga on my cancel playlist. Actually, that one song
Oh,
he got.
he is
I just
canceled.
told you, no one's canceled.
He got
bro.
that one song though. He's canceled.
He's Troy Ave.
He's canceled.
No, Troy Ave is not canceled.
I'm not
You think
saying
so?
he's canceled from the public, but niggas ain't fucking with him.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's
like
a
you
fact.
could be canceled
That's a
by
fact.
just being lame. Like he does a lot of lame shit.
Yeah, he does shit that people really don't get behind.
No, not at all. No. Not at all.
I understand.
He has his face says cancel me. Something about what he looks like just says don't fuck with me. Yeah.
I'm not going to front.
His voice does that too.
Not for
I don't know
nothing.
how he thought rapping was his career.
Not for nothing.
He should have been a referee. That nigga looks like no, I'm not gonna lie. That nigga really looks like a ref. Like look at this nigga.
How do you look like a ref?
He got an old young nigga face.
Yo.
You know a nigga that look old but he really young. That nigga, he doesn't like the cosplay is just crazy.
He's about to be fucked up to say. I ain't gonna lie.
You know the nigga.
This situation is the reason why I got more into podcasting.
Oh shit.
Cause Regi, my fault. I was like, oh wait, they gangsters? Wait, real shit happens?
With
I thought we was just getting on mics and just performing.
So this was your stamp.
This is don't call it my stamp.
Nah, it's stamp like
don't,
it made
a nigga getting killed is not my stamp.
No,
bro.
not the situation. I'm talking about the optics of being a street nigga. Cause
I couldn't believe that shit. I said, yo, y'all are actually recording podcasts and doing drills?
yeah.
I'm like, ooh, that's kind of cool.
Wait, you mean to tell me y'all are booking sessions and booking niggas right after?
That's a bar.
Oh my God. I couldn't believe this shit. This shit got thug like.
Now that I think about it, that is when you accepted my offer of being on the pod.
Think about it. Do the math.
He's like, I'm in.
He was like, you know what?
Right around that 2018.
It was around that time, actually, when you accepted.
I was like, nah, it's some niggas doing shit in there. Hold on. Like, they might believe what you say.
That's so fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I feel bad for all parties involved because
I do.
it's unfortunate. Like, it reminds me, we had a conversation last episode, but a few months ago, we had a conversation about Ja Morant, and it's like, Tax, he left so much money on the table. Somebody's life was lost. Like, again, Troy Ave, however you feel about him, he did have a career at some point, and who knows, maybe he could have been, a regional rap star, right? Like, now he's just a regional nigga. Like,
you couldn't just say rap star. He was like a region. You still had to say regional.
And I think because the ceiling was always there with the nigga. Like, you had to know.
And you know what's crazy? I think Troy actually has to do some time as well. Granted, he's not going to do 35 years. But he did say that he had to.
Yeah, and I don't wish time on nobody.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
so.
Like, as somebody, like, that prison shit, it affected my life in a real way. So I don't wish time on anybody in that way. Right. But what I will say is, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Real.
And I think both of these guys play some stupid games, and a family is mourning because of it, and multiple families are mourning, right? Like, if you love Taxstone and you just found out 35, I'm gonna say that one more time. He's doing Kevin Durant's jersey number.
That's real.
Trey, 35 is a long time. Life is over. I don't know if he has kids. Imagine that's your father or somebody you love, and he's 35. Again, R.I.P. Banger. Imagine that's your dad or your son or your brother, and he's gone over something that happened between two guys. And it started over like the internet, I believe. It started over some Twitter shit, right?
Bullshit.
And it just escalated because, again, we talk about it, fragile masculinity, ego, feeling invincible at certain times. Like, Taxstone was doing business with some pretty powerful people, right? Before Charlemagne had the Black Effect Network, he was working very closely with Tax. I'm pretty sure that would have been a layup. It just made sense for him to kind of usher in Charlemagne's network had he been available.
You see Andrew Schultz, right?
Andrew Schultz, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't saying that they come from the same environments, but
they definitely don't come from the same environment. I think they grew up in different parts of New York.
And Andrew does not claim to. So.
Facts. But you could have kind of been that pinnacle. Like, on one of the latest episodes of Brilliant Idiots, there was a guest that Charlemagne had brought on, who he just signed to his Black Effect Network. I think his name was Loon.
Loon. Yeah, I'm familiar with Loon. Yeah. He has locks.
Yes, he has locks, and his
I'm
perspective is being an advocate and speaking for the streets, our culture. You know what I'm saying? Our culture. Yeah. And it just reminded me, like, that is a product or a byproduct, right? Let me not say he's a product of another man, but that's a byproduct of what Taxstone carved that lane, speaking about it freely, like you said, stamping it, allowing niggas that normally wouldn't be in front of cameras to be comfortable talking about certain things in a certain way in front of cameras. So I just think there was a lot of opportunities, splundered that night, or a lot of lives affected that night. And we don't, I've heard people talk about it, but I don't think people our age, people in our spaces, because at some point you got to make a decision. At some point you got to, either commit to being in the streets or whatever your passion and your livelihood is, right? You can't play both. And that's that's in relationships too. Like, you can't have your girl and then have all the sides.
Right.
You gotta choose.
You can, but life gonna be like...
You can.
Like, life gonna be...
Actually, well, you can.
Life just gonna
But that's a choice. That is a choice.
It's gonna catch up to you at one point.
I don't know. Some people be getting away with it
It's
forever.
gonna catch up to you at some point. I've never seen it end harmoniously.
You got $1 billion?
It doesn't end like that.
You got $1 billion?
It doesn't.
You got $1 billion?
That billion can't buy love.
You asked Diddy. He changed the name to Love.
But he don't claim a girl. He don't claim to have a girlfriend.
You don't know that.
He said it.
Oh,
I know who's not his girl.
That is true. That's why he's able to do what he does, because he doesn't say
claim
this is my girlfriend.
This is not my, yo.
He said like, oh, this is for JT.
my
He
vibe.
said for JT. He said this is my best friend. Like,
Oh, for Carisha, you mean?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I don't get. Yeah, it's not JT.
It's
Sorry.
my vibe.
But that's what I'm talking about the men who are in committed relationships.
Yo, and Carisha's happy.
No, it works.
She's very happy.
You can have an arrangement. You can have. You
gotta have $1 billion.
I'm speaking about the man that is married and portraying I am
And
a
has, like,
family man
mistresses.
Got you.
that has mistress. I've never seen it work.
I feel
Yeah,
like
you
there's
can't do
people
that.
out there where it has worked out for them.
Well,
Like they're
show me them
fine.
niggas.
I don't know. No, just like regular people. I feel like it works.
They would never expose themselves.
You're saying they always get caught? Oh, like 100% of the time?
It's not about just getting caught, right? You can get caught. Somebody can catch feelings. You can get somebody pregnant. You can catch a disease.
It's just not comfortable,
Somebody
you're
else,
saying.
Some
like
could happen.
you just can't live that life for an extent. In my opinion, right? Like I think all good things come to an end. And when you're trying to like dabble in being a married man or a married woman and dealing with somebody on the side, at some point I just think it comes to an end because there's emotions when you deal with people. You know, and again, I think that's everything.
That is a fact.
So if you have an opportunity to change your life and it's in a straight and narrow way or it's more of a direct path compared to being in the streets or doing things illegally, fraud, right? There's blue collar, white collar crimes as well as blue collar. Like there's just, it's never going to end. The richest people in the world, and actually this brings me to the Submarine. Right? The richest people in the world, money can't buy you out of shit. This nigga is 350 miles lost in the ocean and is $500 billion up.
We're talking about the
It's
lost
2
submarine
miles.
people.
That nigga, he's gone. Like,
told
your
me.
money can't get you out of everything.
But you know the crazy thing about the submarine shit? The money got you in.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know,
Pierre was like,
Pierre's in the back,
I think they
close on
said-
everything I'm saying, which is dope. For those of you that don't know, each person now, if you've probably found out by now, there's a submarine that was submerged in the water. It was lost. People were trying to look for it. It's the same submarine that does a tour of, I guess the remaining parts of the Titanic.
Oh wait, was this on some scientific shit, like Discovery shit, or no? It's like a freaking cruise.
I think it's more like touristy.
Why would you do that?
Yo, peep this, Regi.
Is this
peep.
not scary, guy?
Because you were just
My
talking.
voice is shaking. Oh my God.
You were
Okay,
just talking
sorry.
about last week and your phobias and shit, right?
Yes, I'm scared of the ocean. I just don't believe why you would voluntarily put yourself in the situation. And now look. Anyway.
Because
This one, yeah.
Like maybe
Submerged.
a cruise where I'm on, I
Oh,
can
you know,
like,
but I'm talking to the submarine people.
Yeah. Just so you guys know, each person that went on this submarine that is lost at sea right now had to pay $250,000
Facts.
just to get on.
250.
So,
That is crazy.
you know what I came down to? Us humans is too curious.
That's what I'm saying.
We too curious.
That is also my stance. Like
Yeah, we too
I'm not
curious.
even trying to be funny.
No,
like
for real, me
I'm
either.
very big on one of my biggest passions is like exploring the world, learning about different cultures. So I get the whole curiosity, learning about the world and stuff. But it's just like I understand that, but it's like, why do we need to know what's on the bottom of the ocean? Like, why do we need to know that, guys?
So you mean to
I'm being
tell
so
me
serious.
you heard of a tour that said they're going to swim around the parts where a big ass ship that fell into the sea.
Can't even.
So that's what you're telling me you wanted to go do.
And the air pressure is what, like 1,000,000 times more intense down. Not air pressure, but the pressure, like.
see, y'all be getting mad.
What is appealing about this?
Y'all get mad at me when I go to Miami every year, right? But if you take your ass where there's around some women and some good vibes,
Oh, no, I love
you
Miami.
don't end up in the bottom of the
True.
ocean.
No, it's true, bro. It's very true. We're too curious.
I support your
You
Miami
know, like,
stance. Yes.
absolutely.
You like
Go on a little cute boat, you know,
Yeah.
above the water.
when we say vibe and views, we mean views above land,
That's right.
above sea level.
NTK Mix it August 19th.
You feel what I'm saying? Like the vibes
Early
and the
bird
views.
special.
It don't gotta be there, underneath there.
But see,
I just thought it was so fascinating how you can have all the money in the world, but it can't get you out of everything.
It can't.
It will humble you.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
it can't.
I'm gonna get judged so hard. Should I do this? I don't
Yes.
know. Okay, so because I'm just thinking about rich people on Submarine, and now look at them. Now look.
Now look.
There was another
Now
thing
look.
where there was like a spaceship or something, and everyone like signed up to go on, and then that shit blew up. It's a really famous thing, but this.
250.
Please don't judge me, guys.
But God, I've seen what you've done for others.
Like, okay, so that was my train of thought, and spaceships, rockets, whatever.
Yeah.
So me and my man, we like to go to brunch on Saturday. That's our little special thing.
Hey.
And then we get really lit. And then this past weekend, he's going to be so mad that I said this. But we got really lit together. And then we started talking about how the moon landing is probably fake.
Yes. Okay.
What is your guys' opinion on that? And then we looked up the video. It looks mad fake.
I'm not gonna lie.
Like, what? And then they just said, okay, so one day, someone just said, no, I don't care, fuck it, you'll accept me as I am. So so America just said one day, hey guys, we landed on the moon, and played on TV, and everyone just believed it.
I'm not gonna front, Regi.
Like-
that shit is green screen. Like,
Okay.
I think the niggas that did it, they didn't realize technology would advance so fast. So they thought they had about 100 years to get that off.
Yo.
But now that we know, because nobody's ever been back.
maybe I'm stupid. I was just about to say
really?
that.
No one has ever
maybe-
been to the moon?
That's what I'm
Nobody's
trying to-
ever been back to the
But they've
moon.
announced
what?
astronauts though, SaVon. Maybe we wrong. They've announced astronauts.
Why they
And
ain't got no more videos?
Who has,
No,
y'all
there's
keep
people
talking.
that have been to the moon.
I don't think anybody's ever been back. And if they have they recorded it?
Nah,
Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
I think most
They
people
can't
have,
hear you, Pierre. We can't hear you in the audio. I'm sorry.
All right,
brother.
the last crewed mission to the moon was Apollo 17, taking place between December 7th and December 19th of 1972.
72.
It was a
Okay.
12-day mission and broke many records.
My father wasn't born.
That's what I'm trying-
On God. My dad wasn't even born the last
My
time
whole-
these niggas claimed they went to the moon.
And you wanna
Wait,
know
yeah,
what's-
so why haven't we been to the moon?
Because they never
Like, just
went.
for funsies.
it's a green
Never
screen.
been.
I'll tell you.
Imagine who go
Okay,
on
so
the moon.
I'm not ridiculous.
I'm with you. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying, yo, that
Yeah,
shit is a green screen. Like,
We all together.
I'm very like, should we just like believe this?
Yes.
Like,
mind
why?
You, mind you, everything else in this whole world, y'all find a way to get technologically more advanced.
AI. And
You
you're
mean
telling-
to tell me y'all took, first of all, what kind of astronaut shit was used in 1972? We got Boeing planes. Drake got a plane now. You mean to tell me niggas ain't got
and he
better
has
tech?
4 beds on it.
Come on. You mean to tell me y'all don't got better tech to go to the moon in 2023? Sums up, yo.
I think the most telling sign is
Sums
that
up, yo.
Sums up, yo. Sums up.
Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk haven't had a race to the moon yet.
Yo,
That's how I know that they know that shit is impossible.
It's funny you bring up Jeff Bezos because he was actually one of the people, not currently, that's submerged into the water. But Jeff Bezos was one of Jeff. And shout out to those people, deadass, yo, that shit's crazy. He deadass took the trip before, Jeff Bezos.
Oh, he did that
Yes, he paid the $250 before, right? So now it becomes like a flex thing when you got money, right?
But his
Like,
money a little different.
yeah,
Like,
not for sure.
But like, what about that is appealing?
His money had like
that is so dangerous.
his
like,
submarine has a chain attached to it in case they do get lost. A
That's
big
a
ass chain.
long-ass chain.
I don't give a. That nigga got money where you gonna get me out of this goddamn.
I
That
feel
shit
like
submarine.
That
nigga.
should pull him right to his fulfillment center. Just
I was watching like a video about like the depths of the ocean. I feel like the chain would have to be. I think they said like long as like Mount Everest or something like that.
He got
like,
it. He got it. He got the money to do that.
But
Guys.
see, I'm one of those humans that I respect life. Me, I respect God, though.
Yeah.
Okay? When I wake up, I don't be trying to just try shit. Pay attention. Some of y'all wake up and just try to try
No,
shit.
I feel you because the way
I'm
that
not one
I
of them.
always put it is I'm not an adrenaline junkie.
No.
Like I don't
No.
want to put myself in danger for the thrill of it.
I'm a
I'm
bit-
not. I like to be safe. You
Yes,
know?
I don't do roller coasters no more because I grew
Oh,
up and realized what was we doing.
But I love roller coasters.
Yeah, come on.
Nah,
I'm
fuck
front
them
row
shits.
roller
That's fine.
coasters.
Yeah,
That's because
that's
of my
fine.
dad though.
Nah,
so.
fuck them shits, bro.
Shout out to your dad.
I know,
I
shout
grew
out to him.
up. I grew up, Reg.
But they're fun. King the car.
But see, my brain started to get bigger and bigger.
But you skinny now.
My brain started to
You
get
skinny now. You skinny.
But my brain got bigger.
But I'm saying you
Aight,
good.
my waist got smaller, but my brain got bigger. I'm trying to tell you
Okay,
something.
waist.
And hello, snatch.
No,
and
but
since
It's because and also as kids we have no fear.
I'm trying to tell
Yes.
you get it now. I was just up there doing young niggas like, okay, yeah, let's go, king the car. Yeah.
But I also
Now,
don't want to live in fear though. Like
I don't want to
I
live
don't
in
know.
fear, but this is a good good conversation we're having. I don't want to live in fear, and anything can happen at any time, at any place, because I am not God, and I don't call the shots
Right,
here.
we don't know, right?
But I could have probably known some shit could have happened in a shit.
But I still
that
could be
crashed.
careful.
You know what I'm saying? Like, respectfully to all those people, you can't take me nowhere where something done crashed before.
But like,
You
there's-
can't get me on there. You can't get me on there.
There's Google. Why not just? Why do you have? Yo, maybe I'm not rich enough. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't have the money to do shit like that. Where I just want to wake up and
No,
go
I'll
see.
have bad money and I still will not do that.
Yeah, because
like,
even
come
if you
on.
showed me that video, like, yo, I was in a submarine with the, I wouldn't have believed you. I'd just be like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I wouldn't even be like, that's so impressive. I watched the movie. Like,
Did y'all see that video of? There was a 72-year-old tourist, and I cannot remember the country. I have to find the information. Long story short, he went hang gliding, and his harness is snapped, and he died on contact. He was 72 years old, and he was, being a tourist. You go out, you do these things, cool, but the 72-year-old man is snapped, and boom, smack, gone. Just like that. 72 years, he evaded death. He evaded disease.
73 years.
He evaded getting kidnapped and murdered. What took him out was his rush.
Yes.
His thrill.
Yes, that's
The
a very good
want to be thrillful, adventurous.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
because like you said, anything could happen.
Anything can happen.
But when certain things, us as people, we trash it.
Like, last time I think I went like to Mexico or something, I was in an underground cave.
Okay.
Right?
And you jumped off a cliff.
And I did jump off a cliff. I forgot about that.
Living wild. It's good.
And in the act of doing it, right, the tour guide, he's telling us all the ancient people that was here, and the water is super clear. Like, it was really educational, informal. And at one point, he had everybody turn their flashlights off on their helmets, right? So this is a
Hell
cave.
no.
It's
Do
a
we
re-
have to?
It's a
What's going to happen if I
That's
keep
why
mine
niggas
on?
hate me, Reggie, because I don't follow rules.
Well, I'm not doing that.
it's
I
a
don't
real
follow
cave,
rules.
but you don't want to be that guy.
No, I'll be that guy. That's
you
one thing
don't
about
wanna
me.
be that
No,
guy,
but I
like-
will
What
be.
are you gonna do if I don't turn off my
SaVon,
flashlight and
that's a part
sit
of
in
my
the dark
makeup.
with you? Imagine it's pitch black and we're in an underwater cave and it's pitch black and someone just touches you like this. Like, no,
That's what
no.
happened.
You people don't want to see. That's okay. I want to see.
God
Hey.
gave me eyes, okay?
Please.
But all I could
I
think
wanna
about,
see.
what if today is the day that the cave decides to
Just cave in, right?
just cave in?
But that's really how I think now. I
You know?
want to be
Crazy.
safe, okay?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like you don't want to think that morbidly, but yo, anything can really happen for
I
real.
don't. Yeah, I would love to be this fun, spontaneous girl,
You
but
are.
I'm not going into
Certain things,
I'll
I'm
go
not
to a
signing up for
party.
no more.
I'll drink with you guys,
Yeah.
But I'm not going. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna be really morbid, really fucked up.
Oh Jesus.
Shit. All right. We need to pray after this.
How? Yeah.
Look,
Should I say
look.
this? How bad should we feel
What about the submarine?
We should.
about this particular submarine?
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, okay, all jokes aside, it's really sad because I just looked up the first headline. They said tourist submarine is lost. They have like 30 hours of airlift.
at this
This
time
is
of
really
recording.
sad. Like we
Yes.
joked a little bit. I didn't joke about them dying,
No,
but I
no.
was just more so saying, like, why would you do this?
Yeah.
But I'm
We was joking about the excursion.
Like, I don't want them to pass away. Like,
I
No,
definitely don't
you
want
definitely don't want that. But
Yeah,
I'm
like-
about to throw y'all something. We can just keep it quick, and then I want to get to the voicemail. Shout out to the Patreon community
Yeah.
for sending us these voicemails.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Right? The guy, one of the tourists on this submarine, I think he was up like $1 billion. Right? I think there's a
I know where you're taking
billionaire
it. I
on
know
this
where you're
submarine.
taking it.
Right? There's a billionaire on there.
See?
Right? So my question is,
See?
being one of the broke people amongst these, rich millionaires, wealthy folks, how bad can I genuinely feel when maybe you could use your money to kind of help? And I don't know how he uses money. I don't know who this guy is. This is all hypothetical. I'm just saying, when I go home and I sleep at night, there's so many different issues and problems in the world, and then that I have in my immediate circle, right, for me to kind of think about and concern myself about. But then when I think about, damn, this rich ass billionaire guy, he just got up one day and said, I want to explore the sea. Like, I don't know how much sleep I could use over that.
Yeah, we don't.
Like, I just don't, right? And you
Well,
don't have to
we're-
answer the question, but that's where my brain went.
Well, the only thing I have to say to that is, like, we don't have to although I'm very big on like, oh my gosh, humanity, yes, like we all must care for each other. I'm not exactly losing sleep over this either.
Okay.
Like I think it's a topic. So that's all I'm gonna say. Like I don't have to individually lose sleep over.
All right. So I'm not that bad.
But I'm not saying like I want them to pass away either. Like
No.
of course not.
No,
But yeah.
I gotta do my Google.
Like
facts
I don't
on
even
this.
know these people, you know. So
I
it's
gotta
like,
see what he did in the world. I gotta see how he got his money.
oh
Yeah,
my
I definitely
goodness.
don't want.
Legit, because it depends.
Me personally, I don't want anyone to pass.
Never.
And I know you subscribe to that. Okay.
I'm not saying him. Some niggas gotta go.
SaVon said, "Eat the rich."
Some niggas gotta go.
That's what he just said.
Some
Okay.
niggas got to go. Like the
I don't know
world.
because even
Oh,
if that
shit.
billionaire passes away, we're not gonna like.
Shit.
He's not gonna disperse his money. It's just gonna go to
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
But
it
kid,
doesn't.
like-
It just goes to his inheritance.
I'm taking it off of him.
Okay.
But there's some people who gotta go.
All right, I'm gonna put it like this, man. I think
the
what you're
fuck?
trying to say, or maybe what you're not
You
trying
can't
to say.
say gotta go and be like, no, but I just,
I'm gonna just say some other shit.
Pack
I
'em
don't.
up.
Maybe you're not trying to say this, but I'm gonna just insert it here. That's okay with you?
yeah.
All right, cool. Now, when you said a billionaire, I think it went back to our original point of just maybe we didn't make this point yet. Just being appreciative of what you do have, and like you said, having those absorbent amount of money, I think, puts you into thinkings of invincible.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna speak personally. I don't go on Submarine if I'm up $1 billion. Need to know, family.
because you're gonna cherish your billion.
I'm telling you,
and keep it.
I'm going to stay right here on my 2 feet could just. You get what I'm saying? So that's where my head goes. Where it's just like, I don't want you to die, but it's like $1 billionaire, and that's the risk you want to take.
Yeah.
That's the risk. I'm cool.
You could tell he don't got like an Xbox or a PlayStation because there's mad ways to have fun in the world.
It's mad ways.
You don't gotta do that.
Yeah.
Go in the
again,
jungle.
We do hope. I really hope, and this is what's confusing me. Why they can't find them if they know the area? That's how you know that water get deep, bro.
I guess the signal got lost.
The signal got lost.
Yeah.
Nah, but see, this is why I don't fuck with dudes.
I don't know.
How y'all gonna send me to some shit to the Titanic and not gonna have a backup on standby? Fuck around. No way. Y'all bugging.
This is a crazy situation.
What I don't
that.
understand.
Think about that. No.
I'm gonna make an assumption here. Y'all
Yeah.
can correct me if I'm wrong, but I would bet my savings on what I'm about to tell you.
I can't correct you because I don't know shit about this.
Cool. I'm pretty sure most people, 90% of the people on that submarine were white. Right?
How? Why? You can't say that.
I got two rich niggas on there.
No.
Put my bet in. Put my parlay in.
I'm
take
ju-
the
I don't
bet.
agree.
Take the bet.
It could be anybody. It
Take
could
the
be
bet.
anybody.
I said I'm gonna make an assumption. I don't know.
I got two rich
I don't
niggas
think
on
it's
there.
all white
It
people.
confuses me.
I got two rich
How-
niggas and a brown boy.
They be so.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna assume that the folks on that submarine
Yeah.
would typically be afraid of somebody who looks like you and I, Alex.
Nah,
but they don't be afraid of nothing else.
You're a funny ass nigga.
Them niggas will go to the deepest, darkest parts of the sea.
But be afraid
But
to
if
be
my
you.
black ass get on the line behind them in CVS, they gonna like think twice about it. That's all I'm saying. I don't know.
shit.
It's not factual.
Listen.
I'm just going based on what I think.
Listen, we're loosely having this conversation, but we do not want to see anyone pass. And I really do hope that they find it.
Yeah,
you know,
gotta-
a lot of the times in the water, you know, somebody goes missing. The water be so deep that you don't even have a thought of maybe where the area could be. If this is a frequent tour, I would pray that y'all could keep searching around the area.
Can't they
I
just
don't know.
like? Well,
See?
can't they just like
See?
come back up?
Reggie.
I'm sorry. I'm not even like.
Nah.
How
No,
do you lose
but
it?
I'm
Like,
with
don't you just go like?
Why isn't the submarine built as to where it could raise up? This is why I'm not trying shit.
Are they stuck under something?
Look,
Like,
that's a good look. Y'all not doing the right shit with y'all technology. All y'all want to do is AI and shit. Y'all need to find out ways where some shit crash in the water, the shit just float up. But no, just AI. No, this is the shit I be thinking about, bro. Look at the shit we could be doing.
If you look at a submarine, it's shaped like a dick. A dick is also shaped
yo,
like.
if your dick is shaped like that, that's kind of weird.
Nah, but listen, they in the same family, right?
It's giving oval.
You know how vaginas got different shapes
It's like
and sizes?
uncircumcised shit. Like
Yeah.
some
Oh my
submarine is
God,
uncircumcised.
have you ever seen like a diagram, like an infographic of the different shapes of vaginas, like inside?
Yeah.
It is completely different.
Yeah.
Like,
You should imagine being in one.
How many you know?
not the silence.
You said we got voicemails?
Like one will be shaped like this, one will be shaped like this. It is, oh my God, it is beautiful.
Now we know.
The last thing that I will say about the submarine, the shape, it could be a dick, it could be a popsicle, it could be a spaceship. What I'm saying is,
Okay, spaceship is good.
why don't they have the technology? If it goes down, just turn me into a rocket.
Yeah.
Like, just shoot me
All right,
up.
but say,
But that's what, okay, that's what I was saying.
Blow
Okay?
me out the water.
No, but fire, bro.
You get what I'm saying?
But you can't start fire in the water, bro.
Blow. You can put pressure that blows me out. Blow
Yeah, look,
me
look
out
who
the
blowing
water.
now, nigga.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't. With that type of shape, I gotta be mobile. I gotta be able to get erect.
Are
Go
we-
up.
are we
boom.
slow?
I gotta just go up in a submarine. Like,
Regi, are we
can't.
slow?
Boom. Oh, okay. Ooh, fun fact. I was watching a lot of,
Yeah.
sea videos. You can't just like shoot back up because the pressure.
Do that again.
Shoot back
You
up.
can't because the pressure will literally like kill you. You have to slowly. So they can't go.
submerge.
Damn, for real?
Yeah, I don't like that. It should be a button on a
Like
submarine.
your head will like explode probably.
Yeah, nah, see it.
Oh, triple entendre there.
Yo,
That's some great blowing. All right, let's get to these voicemails
Yeah,
now. If you
man.
made it this far in the show, this is
crazy out there, bro.
a new segment that we have implemented here on the Need to Know podcast. Is where we want to talk to y'all direct live here on the pod. There's a phone number that you can call, that you can talk to us. You can ask whatever you want to ask. You can say whatever it is that you want to say. We will hear all of them. We listen to all of them, and then we'll bring them over here to our main episode. So the way that you get in contact with us is subscribing to our Patreon. There will be a phone number gifted to you via DM immediately upon entry, right? As soon as you sign up, we'll shoot you the DM of the phone number, and then you can call it as many times as you want, ask us whatever it is that you want. Again, for the love of A, we'll be featured over there.
If you're looking for friends,
If you're looking for a friend,
Yeah.
right? See what I did? A
Oh,
friend.
that was good.
If you did,
Boys are
but yeah,
potting.
head over to Patreon. All of the information is in the description below. We do want to talk to y'all direct. We do want to hear from y'all. We appreciate all the love and all the people that are over there. But let's get into this week's voicemail bag.
yeah.
Let's do it.
I ain't gonna lie, they've been calling us up.
They have.
I like that.
What's good, gang? Fuck with the pod. Been listening for years. Big fan. So my question is, basically, I've been rocking with a girl for a long time, since my freshman year in college.
Okay.
I'm 26 now, so we got years under our belt.
Okay.
I feel like just going through college and me being out of college now, having some more money, I feel like I missed out on a lot. Like just regular enjoyment. I fuck with my girl heavy. I like her.
I like her. That's good
But
when
I
you
feel
like
like
her.
I've just been not able to shake that feeling lately. So question is, do you guys take like time spent and just familiarity into account when dealing with somebody and like how you want to move? Because the love is there, but I can't shake the feeling that I missed out on some golden years. So I
deep.
want to know what you guys think.
Oh my
and
God.
how you guys move.
Buddy, you have asked the right person. Now I didn't go through this because I had my whole years. But I have a friend. Okay, I won't say too much. But I have a friend who she has been with her man since, college, and then they dated all throughout her graduation. She moved to a new city. They're still dating. They're doing long distance for I think like 5-6 years now. And she has expressed to me, just to like our friend group, like, I don't know, like, I've never really just, dated in the new city. And she's gorgeous. She's a catch. She has a great job, all that. And like that feeling, it's healthy to have that feeling. Like you're not wrong for having that feeling. But like, I don't know. I guess like you'll just know better than anybody, because I think like a single stage is really healthy and like you discover so much about yourself, especially in your early 20s. But not everybody needs it. There's some people who have been with their like high school sweethearts and they're doing just fine like 70 years later.
That's a fact.
So,
That's a fact.
but then this is just really quick. And then I also know somebody else who he has been with a girl for like 10 years and they just broke up like a month ago. So I don't know. It could go either way. Anyway, so I feel like I just confused him even more. But
What's his name? Do we have his name?
He didn't say his
He
name.
didn't say his name. Okay, good.
Protect yourself.
Yo, shit, you are smart. You see, I already know you smart. Yo, gang, I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like you're already halfway there. Hear me out. Just hear me out, okay? You might not want to hear this. But, unfortunately, you're going to have to trust your gut. I'm gonna tell you why. And I've had this conversation with very close friends of my own who have gone through similar things with you.
With me. Stop subbing me.
My fault. You one of the people.
We had these conversations.
We did. I'm gonna tell you why you're gonna have to do it. that feeling you got at 26 right now, it's gonna get stronger at 32. It's gonna burn inside of you. It's gonna burn inside you at 40. Reggie, to your point, not every.
I don't know if
But
it-
hear me out.
Okay,
Not
yeah.
everybody needs it. You were so right. But if he's already into thinking, Reggie, it sounds as if he's really pretty curious to it, right?
I don't, curious, but like,
Yeah.
this friend, like, she has the real feeling. It's like, she has been wondering, like, oh my God, like, I've never dated.
Yeah.
But like, that happened for like a year or something. She was like doubting, but now they are stronger than ever before. They've never broken up. So I that's why I said having this feeling is normal. But just because you have that feeling does not mean, oh shit, maybe I should do this.
Now,
I don't know.
That I'm with you, and I'm glad you had that perspective, right? This be the other side of it. As
I know,
as a man, like men shit, right?
Facts.
Oh man, if you don't knock that feeling out of your system that you don't need more as a man, it doesn't go away. You know what I'm saying? And I would hate for him, mind you, I wish you would have the conversation maybe with her as well. You know, I feel
Maybe
you
she's feeling the same thing too.
You would never
Yeah.
know, right? Like maybe if you speak to her and come from a level of the both of y'all and both of y'all growth, because I know how that shit go. You don't want to internally start to hate somebody, and that hate starts
Like
to
resentment,
If that
yeah.
resentment
Resentment
starts
is a
to
good
fester and linger,
Yeah.
and now you acting all the shit that you used to do with her that she loved, you're not doing it no more, and subconsciously you know why, but she doesn't. Now that gets greater and greater, and you guys get older and older. And as you get older, you guys are supposed to be reaching milestones, engagement, marriage, a kid potentially.
Yeah.
And then that could hold you back. You might never do that because you're always thinking about this.
And because that thought is there, please feed it immediately or have the conversation. I would have the conversation first.
Yeah.
For sure, because I'm telling you that feeling is not gonna go anywhere. I've been in that shit before.
There's a healthy way to do this too.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
you don't have to just break up and just fuck other people. Like
Nah,
you
you
guys
do.
can talk about it.
I'm joking. You ain't got to do that. Don't do that. What I would say, right, as somebody who's kind of been there, I was in a relationship for damn near 10 years, right?
That is
So
crazy.
I know exactly.
Nigga did a bid.
I did a bid. I certainly did a bid, right? So I know exactly what that feels like, what you're going through. I've been that age. I know, you seem like you got a pretty good head on your shoulders and you're moving in the right direction. But I will say, know what comes with your decision, right? So if you do decide to take a break, you are more than within your rights to do so, because like Alex said, I agree. Sometimes you got to follow your gut. You got to scratch that itch. You got to see what's on the other side. You got to feel like, yo, am I whole? Am I complete? Did I miss out on some things? Like, I totally understand that, right? And maybe you should take that route.
It's a valid thought.
It is, for sure, especially at in sports terms, you're in the prime of your career, right? 26 years old, you're in the prime.
Experimenting time.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly, getting to know yourself. So I completely understand where you're coming from. And if you feel like you have to do this, if it's becoming resentful, then I think you should do it. But in saying that, in doing so, I also believe that you have to understand the potential consequences of your actions. You may leave this person and they may not come back.
are you willing to lose that for real?
Yeah. Are you willing to give that up? Because, as men, a lot of the times we think that we're in control of the situation. We think that we dictate, how we can be with somebody, when we can be with somebody.
Tell 'em.
And that she's always going to come back, right? And because you have that history, because y'all are so familiar, because you're so comfortable, we assume that, she's probably going to come back. Like, I'm gonna go out, do my thing, and that's my girl, that's my lady. When it's time for me to come back, she'll be back. But it doesn't always work like that. So, one thing that I like to live by is hope for the best, prepare for the worst. So you can hope for the best when you decide to do whatever it is that you do, but you also have to prepare, like, yo, maybe I changed the dynamic of our relationship, the tone of our relationship. Maybe I'm going to give her the space that she might need, or maybe she doesn't know she needs, and then she finds happiness somewhere else. So you got to, again, like Reggie said, I agree with both of what y'all said, right?
Yeah.
Reggie said you can have these conversations with somebody, which I think is the healthy way, I think is a smart way, but you can also follow your gut. But if you follow your gut, you just got to be prepared with what comes with that. That's my thought. So I would love for you to keep us updated. Just to kind of give you like my final thoughts on it is I think you should follow your gut. As somebody who takes a lot of chances, a lot of risk in life, I follow my gut a lot, even against my heart, right? Or my head, I follow my gut. So do what you feel is best, but just know what could come with that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how I feel about it.
I love
That's
that.
a tough situation.
It is a tough situation.
Because when you're with somebody for that long, obviously you have, like, you're with somebody for that long for a reason. Like, the bond is strong. So
Or
that's
y'all
why
are
I
very
just want to
comfortable.
mention the story of my friend. Because, like, it worked out. Like, they're together still years later. But then I feel like the more common answer would be like, yeah, like, you should, take some time for yourself, choose yourself, and take a break. But I don't know. Sometimes it works out. So I don't know.
Respectfully, and I'll end here. One of my exes taught me how to leave.
That's beautiful too.
Like,
That is beautiful too. Because you left and it was the right decision,
We didn't
right?
realize how comfortable we were in something. And if it was actually like contributing to both of us in a positive way. And sometimes you might need to.
Well, shit. The way that my decade-long relationship ended, I was like, hey, we should take some space. And she was like, yeah, this is permanent. And that was...
Wait, you said space?
I was like, I think we just need to figure ourselves out.
Yeah.
Was it a breakup or was it like we should have space? Like, you were adamant about calling it space.
It was a nigga up.
Because if my man told me let's have space, I'm like, okay, what does that mean?
Yeah,
like,
it was a nigga up. I was like, I'm gonna leave it in the gray, nigga. We
No,
gonna
I'll be
get
like,
back
no,
where we ain't.
I'm gonna be like, you're not about to have me in the gray. Like, you're not.
And that's pretty much what she
What
said.
happened? Like,
And that was it. Like, I was like, hey, I don't think we should do this. And
But in your defense, like, some women are down for that too because they also want to be in the gray area. So it's just everybody's different.
Lead with love and be honest with shorty, bro.
Fact.
Oh my God. See, I love this because people would always ask us for advice, but we would just read their DM. But now you hear their voices, okay?
I love
So
this too.
it's for real. People be asking us this shit, okay?
Sure. Call in.
Let's get to the next one.
Oh shit, we have time. Oh,
One more, yeah.
We got another one.
What's good, gang? Fuck with y'all heavy. Fuck with the pod. Been listening for a long time.
this is the same
Shout out
voice.
to you.
I am so sorry. Let's try this one right here.
Shout out Regi, SaVon, Alex, and I can't think of the other guy's name. But I like him too.
He's
So I
talking
can't
about
think of his
Pierre.
name right now.
Hey, Pierre.
I called last week about my homeboys that I make more money now and they kind of acting funny. I listened to the pod, so I had a conversation with them. And one of the things that came up was we went on a normal guys trip. And, everybody got their rooms, whatever. Everybody stayed at a certain spot. And I stayed in the suite this time, right? And everybody else had their rooms or whatever. But the suite was only another $200. So I didn't think it was a deal. And the last couple times we went, everybody had like a junior suite or had to stay in different rooms. And the room I had was like a basic room. So this time I stayed in the suite.
Right.
And they said that's kind of when the contention started. That's kind of when they said I was moving funny. So I didn't apologize.
I don't know.
Let's keep it quick.
We're gonna keep it quick.
Okay, so
You go first, Reggie.
this
You go
is
first,
for
Reggie.
the people that listened to last episode because this is a continuation. We don't have
Yes.
time to explain all that shit, so go watch the last episode.
Yeah.
He's basically saying the tension started because they took a boys trip and then he wanted some
I love this nigga.
like extra like a
nigga's good.
room cost a few extra hundred
nigga
and his friends were
I
like
love this nigga.
and his friends were like I don't want to do that and then he was like okay you guys are broke so okay I'll start with a nice answer because they're about to call your friends broke.
Leave them niggas on the bunk bed. Niggas can't bring back no bitches.
Hey,
And I got the suite.
You fucked up for that.
don't do that because you don't know people's financial situations.
Stay your ass home and go work a double shift, nigga. Fuck out of here.
I could get the normal room.
Fucked up for that.
I could get the normal room.
But don't be mad that I'm in a suite.
I'm not mad, but you called me broke, so now I'm mad.
They was tight. Cause he had the views on top of the views.
Hey, I ain't gonna
wouldn't
lie.
be if my girl could afford a more expensive room. I wouldn't be mad at her.
Yeah.
But also,
Don't say but. Cause
I
you a hater.
don't appreciate you calling me broke. Like, because the guy in the voicemail said he told the friends like, "What's the problem?" And like,
Yeah.
bro, I don't want to pay an extra $300 for a room.
But I'm not
and
gonna
I should
lie.
be able to do that.
I'm gonna take the other side real quick because he gave me. First off, keep
I
doing
love
what
this
you're
nigga.
doing.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Don't dim your light.
But like, you used to be pop too. Like, let's keep it
You
a
were
buck.
once there.
Let's keep it a buck, bro.
Like-
Like, you just told me you fake just got some money, and I'm happy for you, and I'm glad you live in life. But sometimes when we get that bag, we be forgetting how shit feel, right? So one thing that really stuck with me on that last call, and I'm gonna keep it short. He said it was only 200. Only. See, I used to fuck up and say only, and then I didn't know how everybody else is living. So and so might have a kid. So and so might have X amount of bills this week. So and so got to pay this and that for the IRS. only means different things for different people.
You go sleep in your suite, but don't make people that can't afford it feel bad. That's why they're looking at you different.
That's
like, are
why.
you really my friend if you're making me feel bad?
That's why. But I don't like the fact that they said he was acting funny because he got a suite. No, he want to live good on vacay.
No, but like,
that
you
was
could
them and
get
they
your
feelings.
suite. But if you're starting to belittle me, then you are acting different.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Next time you do that, yo, just drop a screenshot of your view and say for motivational purposes only.
Not the nasty caption.
That's all you gotta do is let him know, yo, it's
not
to
gonna
motivate y'all niggas. Get your shit up, my
not
boy.
gonna
Why you
have
on a bunk
friends.
bed?
I'm crying.
You thought you had two shorties to come back to. That's why you got two beds in the room, my boy. That's why you got two beds in the room. Nah, my nigga, like, why you got the bunk bed?
Nah.
If you can't afford it, again, in all seriousness, if you work hard, no, legit.
No, you said leave him on the bunk bed.
for sure.
Nah, you definitely gotta leave them niggas on the bunk bed. Like, that is not your concern.
Yeah, it's not your problem. Yeah.
But clearly he worked hard. He did whatever he had to do to put himself in a position where he can afford it.
Yeah.
That's why I said don't dim your light. The same way I would tell
Yes,
my
get
sister,
the suite. I agree. Get the suite. Get the suite.
Don't feel guilty about it either.
Yeah, don't.
Because I
Don't
didn't
do
like
that.
the fact that they said you were acting. If there was another reason why you were acting funny, I'm cool. The fact that they said because you got a suite, because off the last trip you had a regular room and wasn't feeling it, now you got some more dollars and you got some more dollars and you want to go to the room, I'm not mad at that. But it starts to get into the whole like only, it's not that serious. That's when they start to hear the hate and they remix it.
Also,
don't let people remix what you're really trying to say.
But not, you gotta hear him out though. In inflation terms, it's only 200.
No, you can't say only.
Because 200 today is really not, it's only 200 because of inflation, bro.
That's not true.
The 200 today is not the 200 of yesteryear.
I'm in a susu with family members,
Yes.
right? A susu, y'all would maybe call a Ponzi scheme. Long story short, every week, I'm gonna break it down for you. It's some Caribbean African shit, right?
Okay.
A lot of Hispanic cultures too, they do it. They call it something different. Every week, somebody gets a cash out, a lump sum of money. Whether it be $6,000-$7,000, depending on how much was put in each week.
Mm-hmm.
I was speaking to somebody and I told them, yo, I got a bill of $200 a week for the susu. I literally paid $200 a week just for that because somebody is going to get paid and I don't want to play with somebody else's money. That person almost passed out. And I don't think of this person as someone that's like,
not
doing well. You know what I'm saying? So it was like the only thing get tough because when you see how other people start to live, bro, you would be like, oh, maybe I'm speaking bourgeoisie.
Also, the vacation, the friend group clearly agreed on a certain type of vacation.
Yeah.
And now you want a suite and you want everybody else to also have a suite? That's not fair.
Yeah,
Like,
it's the only. Like, if you just got the suite and then we just get looking at them niggas on the bunk beds, whatever, man. Let them niggas be mad.
Yo, gang.
It's
Next
the
time you
only.
go
But we're happy for you.
We are.
Next time you go on a guy's trip,
We're just joking.
You got our number, bro. Let us know. We go get the suite, the matching suite.
Word.
You feel
We
what
will.
I'm saying? You know how
Us three, just be friends with us.
Yeah,
Like-
let us know. Yeah, let us know.
You know how your boys got the matching twin bed? We go get the matching suite. You feel me?
SaVon is hell, bro.
Matching balconies.
You get what I'm saying, my
SaVon is
boy? Like,
hell,
I'm gonna be
bro.
looking at you from the other balcony, like, yo, my boy, we out. While your mans and them gonna be folding a
That's
twin
a real
size
solution.
comforter.
Just get
Yeah.
richer friends.
Hey, but you know what though? That sounds good at first until you realize how rich niggas get.
Yeah, we.
No. See, that's the thing. When you first get some money, you think you could just play any ball pen. Then you start realizing how niggas with money that
Really
been getting
move,
money
yeah,
really move
nah.
on an everyday basis.
That's scary.
And that's probably something he knows internally.
That's why I fuck with athletes.
Yeah, what? I don't fuck with them niggas.
I don't fuck with them
I fuck with them niggas from afar.
Yeah, fuck athletes.
Let's wrap this thing up, though, y'all.
Fuck. This is the last thing I want to end with. Last week I said we were gonna do a what you need to know. I would preferably not like to do this at the end of the episode, so we'll kind of find a better flow for it. But like I said, each week I want to come in with a fun fact about what you need to know. Last week we had something about your health. This week it's centered around. We spoke about how Pusha T performed his song at in Paris at the LV fashion show. So this is pertaining to actually to the Eiffel Tower. This is just a little fun tidbit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no dummies out there. My real goal of these things is to be able to speak to people and just bring up random facts. This is how I live my life. So I'm letting you inside the door, and I'm gonna let you know what it is to right now. Okay? The Eiffel Tower.
That's funny.
The Eiffel Tower gets taller in the summer. You want to know why? When the iron heats up, the tower can be up to 15 centimeters, 6 inches taller due to thermal expansion. Okay, so yeah, buildings is out here getting taller.
Cite your sources.
Yeah, my sources is the nature.
I said so.
Yeah, nature.
No, we can't
Bro,
give
it's
out
nature.
need to know facts
Bro,
with.
you can Google, but you know what I'm saying? You can Google
SaVon,
that,
we be
bro.
lying on this pod all the time.
Thermal expansion?
But he's saying it's a fact.
Because it is a fact. You never heard of thermal expansion?
Only with my dick. I never heard that shit on the building.
Okay, that was kind of funny. That was like kind of funny.
I never heard of it on the Eiffel Tower, bro. I'm sorry.
All right, look, thermal expansion. Look, thermal expansion is the tendency of matter to change in volume in response to temperature alterations.
Yeah,
when a substance is heated, its particles move more and more, thus maintain a greater average separation.
So why you ain't just say erections?
Because I don't want to say the Eiffel Tower has a big ass boner.
That's what it is.
It's been a Need to Know podcast.
Yeah.
What you need to know, when you need to know on the Need to Know podcast.
Facts.
We will be back very soon.
Facts.
Love you all. Stay out of the way.
And we'll see y'all August 19th. We in the building. You heard the vibes and the views.
Yeah,
come kick it with A. Come kick it with me. Come kick it with
yeah,
Reggie.
yeah.
Please, I cannot wait to pimp out Alex.
Gang.